All right, we in here. Welcome to another episode of Bomb Stories, where we celebrate failure.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Are you starting off already with the word?
Yeah. Last time they made fun of me, I took too long.
Usually
to
throw it
get
in
the
there in the
word
middle,
out.
but I forgot my welcome, fans, friends, family, fuck boys and fuck girls. That's the intro. So far, we might change it. My name is Dino Vigo. I'm your host with the most. We got my man Dave, Super Dave Gallardo by Gigi, producer extraordinaire.
Yeah. Keep going.
All that stuff. Yeah, fanciest, fresh haircut, new haircut with a part on the side. He's trying to look 18 again. You guys can't see the part. It's not in the camera. There you go. Little 2-inch part. He's taking it slow. Yeah. And today, let's get right into it. We have a great guest. Literally, every time every time we do shows and I introduce him, he always tries to play down or even lie about his own accomplishments, which is hilarious. Literally one of the funniest guys doing it, and I don't say that lightly. Give it up for Mr. Kareem Green in the building.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We do our own sound effects.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you meant with the board. You meant with your own voice.
Yeah, we do. We don't have those sound effects, though.
Well, when y'all get a little more money, you get a little more buttons.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So let's get into it. This is my guy Kareem, man, one of the funniest guys. I was gonna say in New York City, but if you're one of the funniest guys in New York City, that means you're one of the funniest guys in the country, and then that means you're one of the funniest guys in the world. That's crazy, right? That's
I like to go with the world.
Yeah.
But I normally tell people the universe.
Universal. We don't know.
Humble,
We don't know how
very humble, too.
Funny ass aliens.
Wait till them motherfuckers on the moon got to follow me.
Yeah. Veteran comedian, been doing this thing for a minute, and like I said, literally, this is not even. As the comedy community in New York City, Kareem is one of the guys that you don't want to follow. So let's just that be established. I don't remember meeting you. Mm-hmm. We've been friends for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
All right.
At least 15.
Well, I've been doing comedy 15. It's 16
that's
years.
it?
Yeah. You got.
I got about a dime on you.
Yeah. That much?
Almost a dime.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Wow.
So I don't remember meeting you, but I remember just us being friends. But I do remember hearing about you, and you. This was the rumor about Kareem. Funny as fuck. Even then, one of destroyer, ripper, but wild boy. That was the rumor. Your reputation walked into the club before you did. So I had heard about you. Then I met you. And this is one of those things where the rumors were absolutely correct.
They weren't rumors. They were facts.
They were facts. This guy is a wild boy, man.
You know the funny thing to me? I wasn't wild. I was regular. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was just being me or doing whatever I was doing. But it wasn't weird or wild to me. It was just me doing whatever I do.
You was who you are. Who you are.
Everybody else was. But also I was younger. And I was fresh. I was out of foster home.
You are a dude from the streets. Mm-hmm. You got a story,
right?
And
but hold on, when you say dude from the streets, because people be like, you a street dude. I've never been like a street dude. I've done some things, but I don't know what clarifies as a street dude.
Not from the suburbs.
You're a New York City dude.
Yeah.
Queens, Brooklyn.
The hood is the streets.
Yeah, I've done some hood.
Listen, how about this? Don't argue this.
Okay, tell me about my life. Tell me who I am.
No, listen. You're literally one of the craziest, wildest dudes I know in life.
Really?
No. I'm not finishing. One of the craziest, wildest dudes I know in life. Gun toting, years in jail, dude. Good guy. But that's you. We have in common. You know him too.
Oh, his name started with an R?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, yeah. This guy is
run.
This guy is the street dude I know. One of the top 3 streetest, wildest dudes I know.
Yeah, he's a bit more streety than me.
Yeah. Literally,
I'm street light.
Literally, you took him.
That's
literally,
your man.
You were with him when he had a shootout in the street.
Yeah.
You know what the streets is.
You want to start off with that story? That life bomb?
So I'm street. What'd you say?
You want to start off with that life bomb story? Usually we start on comedy, like we start with our comedy bombs. But you want to tell us that life bomb? We call it life bombs. You getting a shootout in the street with our friend in common?
All right, could it put it out? My man, right? Our friend in common. Said individual. He had just came off the road from doing a run, right?
Yeah.
And he's feeling himself, you know what I'm saying? Made some money, doing his thing. And then he was like, something happened where he went to the store and some dudes was talking some junk, whatever, right? And this was in Queens.
And he's a wild boy. Village, he doesn't play that.
Right? You know what I'm saying? It's just like he'll get it in.
Especially at that time.
He'll get it in. You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to start nothing. But he'll get it in, right? So he's like, yo, these niggas, blah, blah, blah. They talking crazy. Yo, let's come, come with me for a minute. We gonna go deal with these niggas. And I was all for the shits. You know what I'm saying? I was for the shit.
But he's not from the streets,
you know what I'm saying? But
define the streets.
So we go, he bring the ratchet. Then we go down there. We go down there like, yeah, I'm talking to these niggas. And then he's like, yeah, man. We approached them. He's like, yeah, man. It was like probably two of them. And he's like, yeah, man, so I'm saying, what was all that you was saying before? What was all that you was saying, yo? And I don't even know if they was even saying something.
Yeah, you're not from the streets. Yeah,
it might have just been back in the days.
Yeah, he felt, our friend in common, you're not from the streets, but he felt comfortable bringing you as support, though.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean...
because you from the streets. That's why he brought you.
I wouldn't clarify myself from the streets.
Point case made.
Yeah. I wouldn't clarify myself from the streets.
I'm sorry.
I'll get it in.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? I'll get it in when need be. But when I say the streets, though, when I think of the streets, though, I think of someone who's in the streets all day, out running the streets. I've never been that kind of dude.
Part-time streets.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There's levels. There's levels.
You know
no, there's levels to the street shit.
Oh, yeah.
I would never call you a gangster. That's different. They're different things. It's like, I spend time in the streets. I'm not
like me talking to girls. Like me talking to girls on the street. I'll do that. I used to talk to girls, try to bag chicks. But I was never on the streets really like hustling a long time. Like, sun up to sundown.
But that doesn't necessarily mean street to me.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess we have different definitions.
Like he said, part-time. He said part-time.
You're comfortable in the street.
I said I'm street light.
So, but
no, I don't like hanging out on the street.
Well, finish the shootout.
Okay, cool. So, because I feel like I'm on trial. Because every time I say something, he's like, so man, so he come through getting you. Continue.
Nah. Being from the streets, bro.
Comrades here, man. We all family.
Know that he was comfortable coming to get Kareem. So we get over there, and I don't even actually think there was some words that they had. It might have been them like a look, back in the day, some people look at each other like, what? You think you wanted this? Oh, okay, I'll be right back. Came back, had the ratchet, and he was like, I'm saying, so what was that all about, bro? Whatever. And it was just kind of like circle a little bit around the corner, like moving away. And all of a sudden we heard, pop, pop.
Wow.
He's like, I'm hit. And then he was like, I'm hit. And then we just started running. He's like, hold the ratchet. Blah, blah, blah. And then we left. That was it. That was the story. It wasn't like go back.
Wait, who? Didn't you take him to the hospital?
No, he had to go to the hospital.
He got hit. Okay.
No, we got back to the house, and he went to the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
So he was comfortable enough to be like, so you held the thing down while he went.
Yeah.
Would he just jump in a cab, shot? Like?
No, I forgot. I don't know if they called an ambulance. It was a while ago. Or he jumped in the cab. All I know is when he got shot.
I guess he knew he wasn't really dying.
It was from the side or something. It went through.
And he knew it. Damn. I think it was, yeah. All right. Interesting story that happened in the street.
And that was like teenager year.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That was teenager year.
The 90s was a wild place in New York City, man.
But we wasn't in a wild place. We was in the 7th best neighborhood in Queens.
The 7th best.
The 7th best neighborhood. Yeah, Queens Village.
Yeah.
Queens
Bro,
Village,
I had some wild shit happen to me in the burbs, so it happened.
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
it can happen. They call it Shadyville.
There's always a block away where the hood is.
The whole place, but, it's just like people, they do their thing, though, too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm going to jump to another story. We're talking about ratchets and stuff. There's a legendary story. We're going to get into the bomb stuff. There's a legendary story with you and a gun and comedy combined. Legend has it, and it's been. I've heard the story from people who were there. You got into it with someone at a show after a show. You took the gun away from them. You had a fight with someone with a gun. They took it away. You took it from them.
No, I think there was.
You and Big J?
Oh, it was that one. Okay.
There's another one?
Multiple?
Another gun comedy story?
What happened was, this wasn't, it was out after comedy, after the show. We chasing chicks. Right? Like normally I get a chick. We was actually in Maryland.
I thought it was in New York City.
Maryland, Laurel, Maryland. Right? Silver Springs, Laurel, Maryland. We after the show was do the show.
It's just you and him, you and Big J?
Yeah, just me and Big J.
Out of town?
Yeah, out of town. He meet a girl. She got a cast on her arm. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get her to come with her. I'm like, all right, yeah. Because last time I was out there, or even if it was that time, I don't know. But I had 2 moments out there where I snagged joints, right? And we both scored. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was he's like, all right, I'm going to get this chick. She, this is, his time to shine. You know what I'm saying? So then he's like, all right, cool. But then she supposedly needed money for a babysitter. Like, all right. So then, boom, he just drive me to the crib. She drives him. He drives her to the crib. So we go to drop her off to the crib. We sit in the car waiting. I'm like, yo, bro, let's get out of here. We've been duped. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because he gave her money for a babysitter too.
Oh, she took the money.
Like to pay the babysitter supposedly.
Yeah.
So then we like, we've been duped. Let's go. I'm like, so then we go back to the
okay, he wasn't trying to hold on to it. No, she's gonna come.
No, he did have a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, just give a few minutes, and we did. She
wouldn't do this to me.
Then we went back to the hotel. We get to the hotel, she calls, and then he's like, yeah, yo, she hit back. Yo, let's go. I was like, bro, you go ahead, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, come on, yo, let's go. Yo, let's go. He's like, nah. I was like, go ahead, do your thing. He's like, come on, man. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? We get down there. She a different chick. She had that walk. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
She had that walk.
Oh, she was a bass head. I just said bass head because that's the music you made.
Yeah,
like, remember bass head? That word, bass head.
Bass head. Yeah,
you want to bring back old words. Dave wants to bring back all the old words. Yeah. Bass head.
Bass head. All the millennials.
That's like
crackhead.
That's right before. That was right along the line of crackhead.
Yeah, bass head. So she had that thriller.
Yeah, she had to walk.
She was high.
She had a hoodie on too. Now she was
pillow.
Oh, she's a different person at that time.
Yeah.
Right. So now we like, okay. Right. And then she was like, hold on, yo, hold on, I'm gonna go get my girl. I'm gonna get my homegirl for you. Right. But at the same time,
you watching this bitch high.
But we wasn't fully short, like, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But it was just like, it was different. Like in hindsight, you know, you was like, wait a minute, she was smart. But and plus, when you're trying to get some pussy, you be a lot of things.
You let a lot of things go.
A lot of things don't really register. You know what I'm saying? So he goes to get the I'm gonna get my homegirl for you. Boom. All right, cool. But at the same time, it was a setup because there was 2 dudes on the corner, like standing there just back and forth a little bit. There's 2 other bass heads, right? So they just in the corner, whatever. And they were like, yo, they kept coming to the car. I was like, yo, get away from the car, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, I just want to ask you a question. Yo, get away from the car. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, yo, I'm just trying. And then I said, you know what, man? You think I'm playing? Right? And at the time, I had a retainer, right? And I had lost it. And I was like, oh, you think I'm playing? I opened the door. Started looking up under the seat. And Jay was like, you got a gun? I was like, no, I'm looking for my retainer, but they don't know that.
Comedy.
But I was giving them the motions like, oh, you think it's a game. If I would have found out, I had to go.
You'd be like,
I told you to leave.
You gonna learn today.
So he didn't, also I was drinking a little bit. But I wasn't drunk. I was just a little tipsy, right? But also, so he was just like, yo, we still sitting there. I'm like, yo, where's this girl at, man? And then I said, yo, and I asked them, I was like, you know what, matter of fact, yo, where that girl at? And then it was just like, yo, I'll tell you where she at. I'll take you. She ran around the corner. I'll drive you there. Just let me
so now they was being friendly with
Yeah. There wasn't a mean before, but they was just annoying.
Yeah.
You know. So I was like, yo, come on, get in the car. Come on, let's go. And Jay was like, I'm not letting him in my car. I'm like, whatever. Come on, man. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt, I wasn't thinking fully because I was invincible. I just push-ups and pull-ups that week, baby. I was invincible. Hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, nah, I'm not letting him in. He's like, just tell us where it's at. He's just around the corner. Go ahead. He goes around the corner. We drive around the corner. It's literally like around the corner. Right? We get there. Still waiting. He's like, you in that house right there? And I'm like, man. I said, I'm gonna go knock on the door. I'm gonna just go knock on the door. He's like, all right. And then I was like, which house is it? He was just like, yo, it's the one right over there. And then as he goes, the one right over there, the other one jumped on my back.
Oh, just boom.
Yeah, just jumped on my
just
back.
Initiated it.
Yeah. And as I said, I was working out that week. I was just like, I flung him. And then the other
You had no idea that shit was coming.
Nothing. But it was weird that they didn't get me. It was just like I was the alpha in the situation.
They crackheads.
No, but still, they're still men.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't this size. Remember when I started, I was like JJ Walker. I had a JJ Walker physique. So now he jumps on my back, boom, I flung him, right? And then the other dude, he's like, yo, just shoot him, yo. Just shoot him. But he jumped on my back. It made me so mad that they was trying to do whatever they was trying to do. And I was like, yo, shoot me, motherfucker. You gonna shoot me.
Oh, you was on one.
Yeah. I was like, you gonna shoot me, motherfucker? Shoot me. You gonna shoot me? And I grabbed his hands like, motherfucker, you gonna shoot me? And I don't know, we was tussling, whatever. Jay was sitting in the car.
I didn't want to break up. I mean,
was he watching?
I was about to say where it was Jay, but I wanted to give you the chance to say, nah, Jay came.
And then I don't know, somehow I'm wrestling with the other guy, not the one with
but
the
he
gun.
had no idea that was going to happen either, so he probably was just like,
no, yeah, he was shocked. He was in shock. Anybody would be.
Yeah.
But, so, and I think the dude knocked on the window with a gun. And he was like, who's on the window? You're like, nope. So he's like,
wait. You're like, wrestling with the other guy.
Yeah.
And the other guy who had the gun. And he's going knocks on the window to Jay, like, listen what I got.
Yeah. He's like, roll down the window, roll down. And he was just like, no. And then I was just like, yo, shoot me.
Well, what do you do in that moment if you're Jay and the dude's not like...
You're supposed to get out and help. That's what you do.
The guy's got a gun.
But I'm out there, motherfucker. And I'm out there for your pussy.
Yeah, but that being said, but you're fighting the guy without the gun. The guy with the gun is on Jay.
No. But either way, I'm out. You're right. I'm not going to.
I'm just thinking. I don't know what you do.
We're just different dudes.
No, but at least you're keeping the guy with the gun occupied.
That's a tough situation.
No, first the gun. No, I wrestled the guy. I was wrestling the one without the gun. And I think at that time, that's when he tapped on the window with the other guy. I mean, the guy with the gun tapped on the window with Jay. Yeah,
I don't want to get into it. But I'm thinking is like, so is Jay supposed to jump out of the car?
I mean, you know what,
as the guy's on gun.
In reality, he did what his spirit told him to do.
All right, go ahead. To finish the story.
So you can't, brother, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people are built certain ways, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
He was supposed to get out, get shot, and die for that shit, bro. Don't you get it, bro?
Take a bullet.
At least not die. Take a bullet.
I mean, but at the same time, too, is I'm fighting two guys.
But you weren't.
Okay.
You were fighting one. Okay. And the other guy was on Jay.
I'm telling you the story.
Yeah, let's hear it. I'm going by what to tell.
This guy love to be right. All right, this should be the right Dino show.
Hey, feel free to chime in.
Dino, the right show.
Yeah,
feel free. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Hey, look, man, we're all friends here. Nobody. There's no need to be defensive.
Go ahead. No. But reality. I mean, so either way, I was tussling with one dude. Then the other dude with the gun came, and the other guy was saying, yo, just shoot him. I was like, shoot me, motherfucker. You gonna shoot me. And my adrenaline's high. I'm like, shoot me, you gonna shoot me. Jay sitting in the car. You gonna shoot me. And then after that, they just stopped, and I went and got in the car.
They're like, he crazy.
Okay, so the legend of you taking a gun from somebody is not
I
true.
don't know if I didn't take no gun from him.
Okay.
I didn't take no gun from him. You know
That's a legend of the street.
Well, as the story goes.
Keep it going.
Keep
Keep it going.
Matter of fact, recently another guy, a kid, this summer, I was doing shows in the park.
Yo, people think comedy is like this fun world and nothing bad happens.
It is. Comedy is fun. It's
Every comedian has a story where shit got
other stuff
gangster as fuck.
that has to do with comedy.
Yeah.
That ain't fun.
So that was the story. These guys stopped. They didn't.
Oh no. Then after that, then we get home. We get to the hotel. We get back to the hotel. He calls the police.
Jay.
He's like, I'm gonna call the police. I'm like, don't call the police. and I'm literally thinking about the guys now. I'm like, they're gonna shoot these motherfuckers. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, these just should get shot. You know what I'm saying? He's amped up now. So, and I was like, and then and then he's like, yeah, no, we. But then I think he called the police, but I didn't want to be involved with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a situation happens to me,
You from the streets. We don't do that.
well, it's just like if it's over, nobody got hurt. Like, now if something happened, yeah, police. Like, you do the right thing. But if nothing happened, we was out in the street trying to chase some crackhead coochie.
The police would have been like, yo, what you doing chasing these crackheads?
Yeah,
Power of the cooch.
with a broken cast. With a cast on ours.
Okay, so great story. Great life bomb. That's what we call them.
Yeah,
It was multiple gun stories, right?
Yeah, so that's,
I didn't even know that was that many until y'all told me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my life is this is my life.
One just happened this summer?
Huh?
You said you had a gun story from this summer?
Nah,
Or last
it's
summer?
a story this year, the one that just went by during COVID.
Well, you were talking about a different gun story.
When?
When I brought up the Big J story, you were like, oh, yeah. No, you talking about this time
Well, what happened with guns?
in comedy at a show or something. Yeah.
I thought I thought you was
Or just guns in general?
talking about
No.
because I had got shot. I thought you was talking
Oh,
about.
okay, but that's not comedy.
Yeah, that's not comedy.
Yeah.
That was street life.
Yeah. Street life from the not street
I mean,
guy. Okay.
That's a little street life.
Street life.
A night street life.
Yeah.
But it was during comedy.
You were doing comedy at that time.
Yeah,
You
I was
were
doing
in
comedy.
the comedy life.
Yeah, in my off hours though. So in another one, well, the one,
It's just gun bombs now.
the other one, yeah, the gun resurrection.
I got a few gun bomb stories, man.
The other one was it wasn't a gun, but it was like I did a show, right? Actually, God rest his dead, Jimmy Mack, who passed away with Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
This is early in the career too. This place called the Roadhouse. It was in Queens. So, I was downstairs going to the bathroom. Some big dude was in there. I guess talking to some other dude, right? And then I leave. I think they were selling drugs, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't paying attention fully. But I guess they thought I knew or something. I don't know. So when I go upstairs, I'm waiting to get called on, and as I'm walking through the bar, the dude, I think we bumped into each other, right? But I bumped into him or something, I don't know. And he goes, "Yo, you bumped me." But he poked me. He's like, "You bumped me."
Oh, God.
Right? And then I was just like, "Yo, bro, put your hands on me." Right? And I'm telling you, I'm 105 soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I swear to God, he was like 6'4", 6'5", big dude, right? Like football player big. Not fat though, but like big. So I was like, "Yo, bro, you don't put your hands on me." He's like, "Yo, you bumped me." I was like, "Yeah, but you put your hands on me." And then as he's saying that, the host, which is Jimmy Mack, Uncle Jimmy Mack, he's like, "Yeah, so give it up for my man Kareem," right? And there's two ways onto the stage. So like, this is the door. We were standing here. This is the door to go into the room, and we're standing right here. And I was like, "Man, fuck you." And I just walked on. And I walked and went on stage. And when I went on stage, I'm like into not even my first. I'm like my first joke. I'm like, you ever see I used to do this joke about ugly people, right? I was like, you ever see somebody so ugly that you can't?
He came on
the stage and yoked me
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he came from the other side, so I didn't know.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you ever had?
Oh, we were gonna miss this
My
story.
feet was dangling and shit. And so,
Yo,
that's like he was that tall.
Yeah,
Feet dangling
I
and
was
shit.
just legit surprised that would just happen.
Oh yeah, that was not me too. You don't ever think you'll get yoked up on stage.
Yeah, man.
So
Damn.
So he had me for like a second, right? And I was like, he let me go, whatever. And then
In front of the crowd.
yeah, on stage.
Love it.
So
Bomb stories.
so then I get him off me, and then I'm rushing like kind of off the stage, up the side of the wall. And Jimmy Mack was like, just go, Kareem. Just go. I can't protect you. Just go. Right?
Oh, R.I.P. Jimmy Mack, man.
Then I get outside. Matter of fact, comedian Harris Stanton was with me on that one.
Harris. Damn,
Yeah.
they were both in that accident.
Oh, yeah, sure was.
Yeah.
So, so I get outside, and I don't know where I had a Heineken from, but I had a Heineken.
You still had it.
You know what I'm saying? I had a Heineken, or I grabbed one on the way out and whatever. And now we squaring up. We like, what? You know what I'm saying? And we doing this right here. And I just looked at the Heineken and just threw it. And then I don't know. And then I think I just ran, right? But then I went across the street. And then some dude that I think knew him, he's like, yo, man, what you doing out here, man? I'm the police. He pulls out a wallet. This is what he did, though. He hit this joint. He's like, he's like, I'm a police officer. I swear to God, he hit the old school joint. He hit the joint with the flip. But he put it like back in, and I'm like, let me see that again. He's like, no, you need to see that again. I'm police. So,
Wow.
and then I'm like, man, you ain't no fucking police. He's like, yo, you know what, man? I should bust you. He just switched up this whole style. I should bust you again. So now he's like, he put his hands in his joint like this. He's like, I should bust you.
Yeah, that's not how cops act.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, he went from cop.
Yeah. Yo, I got that thing. You
know
got to
what I'm
get that thing.
He's like, I
He's a
should bust you.
gangster.
I should bust you. I was like, well, you gonna bust me? That's what you gonna bust me? Bust me. Because nobody gonna tell you they're gonna shoot you. But either way, when people
Only a street guy says that. Go ahead.
but when I'm when I'm aggravated, it's like whatever. It's whatever. Like, not aggravated, but when I'm in an
Noticing a pattern.
angered state, really angered state. Like I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking like what can happen to me. So he's like, I should bust you. And then he's like, yo, I should bust you. And he switched to the side. I should bust you. I was like, this man got no gut. But before that, though, he asked me, he's like, you got a car? You live over here? You know what I'm saying? He was like, where's your car? Like, so he was probably going to try to get me to my car and do something to me. But, I tell stories all fucked up. But
I love the story.
yeah, because I be jumping. I be like, oh, yeah, I forgot that part. but so either way, I thought I should bust you. Dissipated. That ended. But
Was this before the bass head with the cast?
I think so. Yeah, that was early.
Oh, so that's the story. You don't get shot there.
No. I, didn't
I thought you were telling the shot story.
Oh no, the get
but
shot.
that was a great story. I just thought it was heading to you. I thought it was leading to him getting shot. Okay.
The get shot story is good for crimes that went on.
Well, no, it's like bombs.
unreported.
A bomb story is a bomb story. Oh, you were committing a crime. Okay. Yeah.
crimes
Really,
that get
yeah.
unreported.
Okay. Unreported. I got you. My gun stories have been I was the victim. I wasn't. Okay. So
Yeah, I was a victim in them too.
well, you
At
said
what point wasn't I a victim?
well, not these stories, but the story that you are not telling.
I was still a victim.
Okay.
He's the victim. Yes.
The bullet went through me.
you are
I'm
the
the victim.
Yeah, okay, I got you. All right. I had the one of the gun stories that I thought it was the whole the Big J story. I thought that for some reason, unless I'm combining two legends, Kareem legends, is something that BBQs and you and maybe Jimmy Marr
Oh yeah,
fighting
that
not
wasn't
each other
that
but
wasn't a
fighting
gun
together.
story. That was a knife story.
Oh, so that's what you took a knife from somebody.
I've never took anything
Man,
from
these stories
anybody.
will take a life on
The
its
only
own.
thing I ever took from somebody was money. But
So you and Jimmy Martinez were like fighting back to back, like
what happened was, this is what happened.
on some fucking
Some
Jackie
Tango and
Chan, Chris Tucker shit.
This is what happened. Your first, actually, that was a bomb within a bomb. So Jimmy,
Now we're talking the bomb. Now we're getting deep into the layers of bombing.
It was at Bronx BBQs in the Bronx.
So all right, that part is correct.
Capone was a host, and they love Capone there.
Capone's
They
name
mainly
gets
come
brought
to
up
see
in
Capone.
every podcast so far.
The mic came down from the ceiling like it was. No, it didn't come from the ceiling. Did it? I think it did. Either way, it was just a horrible setup.
Weird.
You know, because he was in the center. I don't like those. You know, in the center.
Oh, that's a
Everybody's
legendary. When we get some of the OGs on there, we will definitely have some BBQ bomb stories.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that
you're the first one.
Oh yeah, that was a legendary spot because they love Capone over there. But when you did good, you did really great. When you did bad, it was like, get the fuck out of here. So that night, I did bad. You know, when you're early in your career, you don't really have funny comebacks. I was just like, I was bombing, and somebody was like, "Nigga, shut, boo, nigga, shut up." I was like, "Man, I'm just trying to feed my daughter."
That's how my first boost started. Is I had like funny jokes, a little bit of jokes, 5-10 minutes of jokes, but I didn't have the weapons.
You didn't have any
to
wit.
come back. Yeah,
It's the wit that gets you.
yeah.
That keeps you.
I mean,
together.
you learn it. You know what I mean? But
You know what I'm
definitely they were preventable bombs in the beginning.
Prevent.
If you had the skill.
If you there was you could have survived and got out of it if possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you had more snapping skill. You would have more snapping skills or whatever it is. So, but also I wasn't even in the right state of mind anyway. I guess. So I was just like, I'm just trying to feed my daughter. I think I was angry that day too. So, or upset, whatever. So either way, so I bombed. Then Jimmy goes on up after me. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, sometimes comics take on other comics' energy too. So it's just like, yeah, we got beef now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes. And me and Jimmy kind of the same cloth, right? So he goes up there. I think they said something to him. He's like, yo, dope, I will slap the shit out you. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I think he put the mic down. There's some dude who came. He had to just came home for real look.
I think this story's coming together. They took him off the stage, right?
No.
Like that?
Jimmy got off the stage. He's like, I
stage.
slapped the shit out you. Got off the stage. And then the dude started walking up. Boom, boom. And he had literally just came home energy. I mean, he had grease on his arms. His arms were greased up.
He's ready to rumble.
Yeah, he had literally, but he didn't even look like he just came home from New York. He looked like he came home from L.A. He was in L.A. just came home because he had that walk like, you know what I'm saying? He had a bald head and just, I think, some teardrops and some shit. Or some tattoos on his face or something. And then when he came, I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life. He came out, Jimmy came out, we backing up, we both came out, right? The whole crowd came out. Like the whole club. And now the club is behind them, him, and me and Jimmy just backing up. Like we down the street. Like a whole club, like 200 people.
Like, yo, when we see you at 3:00.
Yo, it was a whole club, like them, us versus them
In the
for real.
playground.
And we're walking down the street. We're in the middle of the street.
No, I'm saying, you know, like 3:00 in the playground.
Oh yeah. So what happened was we walking. I mean, we backing up like, yo. I'm like, Jimmy, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's just go. Let's get out. And he's like, Jimmy knows some type of karate, right? some Aikido or something. And whoever was with them or down with them or something, it was a skinny dude. He was swinging his chain like, yeah. But
He had a chain.
chain.
This is
Yeah.
fucking
no, but he had
Kings of New York? Not Kings of New York.
was beat it,
Warriors?
I told you, don't you never come around here. So that was, but it was a gold chain. It was a chain on
he
his
took it
neck
on. You killed
with the
Osiris.
charm. He was like, and he was a slim dude though. He wasn't, but he seemed like the type that's with the crowd, but not. He's just with the crowd. Like he ain't about that action. I could tell who ain't about that action. But either way, so he came. He was walking like yeah, and Jimmy just did some move. I ain't never seen it. It was smooth. He was just like, it was literally like that smooth. Right? It was a foot and an arm move like, and the dude just said, bah! He hit down the crowd like, ah!
Yeah.
They rushed us. Ah!
Mind you, Jimmy's a big guy. You're a big guy. Jimmy's bigger than you.
Jimmy's bigger than me.
Yeah.
Jimmy's taller than me and
Yeah,
bigger than me
yeah.
and strong.
Yeah.
Like naturally, like bone structure strong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, country
Powerful dude.
strong.
Yeah. So his handshakes are strong. You're like, ow. So we walking down the street. So no, I mean the crowd gets rowdy. Ah! Right. So now I'm like, oh shit. Now we run. I run this way. He runs this way. They're coming at us. But then I realized they're not really coming at me. They didn't come at me. They went for him. I was like, oh shit. Right. And then he ran and jumped up on a car. He jumped up on the car.
I heard that
He jumped
legend.
up on the Benz,
Yeah.
right? He was on the Benz and he's just like kicking people off. You know. And then that main dude who was walking down the thing that just came home, dude. He jumps up on the car. I think his back was turned. He jumped up on the car. I turned around. He jumped up on the car. He started stabbing. Bop, bop,
Oh,
bop.
shit.
Some shanking. He was giving him some shanking, boy. And I run up
Oh,
on the car.
shit.
I jump up in the car and I grab dude and pull him off. Boom. And I thought they was going to come after me now. They still didn't come after me. They just wanted Jimmy.
So Jimmy got stabbed at that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't know that? He
shit.
got stabbed like 4 times.
I didn't. No,
And it was
I don't think.
serious stabs,
you
too,
know,
like-
you hear the stories, and then the stories turn into this and that.
I think one was in the head
Whoa.
and the chest. It was
Whoa.
like real places.
Damn, I gotta get Jimmy on here, man.
Yeah, Jimmy got the stories, man. Jimmy, he does a podcast too. I think it's called Fire in the Hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Shout out to Jimmy Martinez.
Yeah, Jimmy Martinez, man. Those were the early running days, man.
All right. Woo.
What he was still all right? Was the adrenaline kept him up, or he collapsed? And
No, he didn't collapse or nothing. He jumped off the car, and I don't know where he went. I don't know. And then I just left. It was just like dispersed, scattered. It was weird,
man.
you know. And then I don't know. He got to the hospital somehow. And then that was it. All my stories fade away.
And that was it. Fuck.
I walked off into the sunset.
That's a story, man. All right, so we're gonna somehow try and reverse back to like the good old days. The starting comedy. So I ask everybody this story, this question. It's been on the podcast. Your first time doing comedy. Did you do well or did you bomb? Because I did well my first time, luckily. And if I hadn't have done well, I don't think I would have continued it. Lucky enough, I did well my first few times.
Right.
It gave me a little confidence that I could do this. So then when I failed, it was like, no, but I could do this.
Yeah, you had some confidence
Yeah.
under your belt.
And so I'm very I got a lot of respect for someone who didn't do well the first time and did it again.
Right. Yeah, that wasn't my story.
So you did do well.
At the beginning of it, I wasn't doing that well. And then it just turned around. Like the lady who was heckling me at first, she was kind of drunk. She was my biggest fan. Like, So I did good. And what made it extra special too was like some people I seen. I know Mike Britt was there. That's Mike Britt. Mike Britt, Mike Yard.
What was it?
It was at this place called Fahrenheit. This club called Fahrenheit in Manhattan. And it was pretty much a brain show. So I brought all my people. No other comedians came and brought their people. So it was just my people, comedians, and whatever little bit of crowd. So Garfield was the host? Garfield was the host.
Garfield, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going back.
So I did good basically. But at the end, when I was done, the comedians had their hands out. Like they was like sitting here. And as I came by, they all had their hand out. That was like I don't know what that
sticks
was.
with you.
That was a moment right
Yeah.
there. Like they all gave me dap. And that was my first time ever on stage. So it was good. But then I bombed like for a year straight after that. Like I felt like that was God saying, no, you could do this. Now earn it.
So you did well one time, and then started taking it to the face for a while.
Oh, I was taking hits after hits after hits. Because I used to go down to Brooklyn Mike's spot in it's called Atlantic Palace. East New York. I used to go there every week. Boom, boom. Mary J. Blige, see me, boom. Everybody who came down, boom. That was the first place where some dude was just like, yo, man, you need to just quit.
What made you keep going? You just believed in yourself.
One thing about me is I was funny before comedy. So I just knew I had to figure it out. But also, this is one thing that I've done that I was like, no, I know I can do this.
It's hard to imagine you bombing consistently.
Huh?
Like the comedian that everyone knows now,
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to imagine that Kareem bombing consistently.
But the first year of comedy, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't have the internet.
Maybe you were putting yourself in such
it was hood rooms.
Such bad environments for comedy that it was just like you had no.
Well,
it's inevitable.
The bombing wasn't all booze, but it was just like sat there the whole time.
It wasn't.
But either way, it was bombing. But it was like the thing is, I didn't have no guidance. I didn't have no. And then there's be some comedians like if you do all right or whatever it is you're doing, they'll see something you're doing, they like it, they'll be like, I got a joke like that, and they're veterans, so they're basically making you give them your joke in a sense. Damn. Because you're talking about something, not the whole joke, but it really is a topic that hasn't really been touched on so much. So they're like, oh, talk this thing out of his shit. So I had a few of those things happen. So you gotta but I always felt like I'm gonna think of new stuff. I always felt like I'm gonna think of new stuff. I like that's one thing about I always just believed in this. So it was nothing. I knew I can do this. I knew I can do it. I knew I didn't know how to do it, but I knew I can do it. So I just had to know how to do it, or learn how to do it. But I never felt like I'm not gonna learn it because then I turned up my performance, and my performance rate. I was going to like 2 shows a night, as much as I could. Like matter of fact, God bless the dead Rashid, he had won the Def Jam joint, right? Like, cause I did mine in Jersey. I did good, but I still lost. But I lost. I knew I lost.
What do you mean lost? Just not, you didn't.
I didn't win that round or night because it was like.
It was round. Oh, that's how they did that? Def Jam?
It wasn't Def Jam, but it was like Def Jam competition.
To get in the winner got on that?
You wouldn't go on Def Jam. You just was in the competition. And you win some money at it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like a competition. People do shit to make money.
Yeah.
So they'll make a competition.
Really wasn't affiliated with Def Jam.
No, they knew people. They knew it, but it was like they weren't on TV or nothing, and there was no tour. So it was nothing attached to it really but a few bucks and some accolades. And you get a jacket probably. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you did get a jacket. So Comedy Def Jam joint, they did that competition. I did good. I know I did good. I did great. But the other person brought more people. I didn't actually have no people because I drove to Jersey. I remember that shit. That's when they had MapQuest. I used MapQuest.
MapQuest. You got to print it out.
That's right. Sit there, drive it, look it.
Yep.
So
that's the co-host, The Streets. Don't worry about
the
that.
Street. That's the audience right there.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I always knew I can do it. I just knew I had to learn how to do it.
When did it click for you? Year.
Oh, you know what? I was doing this show, and it was this other comedian, Marshall Brandon. We was both doing this show in Brooklyn, right? We was in Best Style. It was a pink lounge, and I don't know. I was hosting for somebody, right? It was probably for Darnell. In some pink lounge.
You came up with legends, man.
It was hard. Yeah, I had some guys before me that really just watching them win in tough circumstances, train my brain to be like figure this out instead of going, oh, they all shitty, So, but because I don't like to blame the crowd. The only time I blame the crowd is when they're not listening. If they're not listening, I can't do. You know what I'm saying? That means you are fighting against what you came here for, and I can't be. That is what that is. So either way, so Darnell, no. So either way, it was me and Marshall and Brandon doing the show. I'm hosting, and I'm host bombing, just host bombing.
The host bomb,
right? and then Marshall go up. He does all right. But within that host bomb and bringing Marshall up, I said to myself, I was like, no, I'm going to make these people laugh. I just said it to myself, no, they're going to love. I'm going to make them laugh. I can do it. And then when I came back up, I don't know what happened.
Something just turned in you.
Yeah.
You got the glow. You get the glow.
Yeah,
You need the glow. You got the glow. Bruce Lee.
Whatever them joints start clicking. But what happened was though, what I realized was it was just me really being me. Before I was doing jokes trying to be funny. When you're doing jokes and trying to be funny, is you gotta kind of remember the jokes and you gotta hope they like that joke, and then you gotta, if they don't like that joke, then you're like, what joke do I do next if they ain't like that joke? Like you overthink. I was in my head, but when I came back in, I was just talking about what I was talking. I was just being honest, and then I was talking about one dude was like, "Yeah, man, you was a funny little nigga." I was like, "Nigga, I'm a grown man. Why would you? You know what I'm saying? Like you like maybe 2 years older than me, but you're talking to me like I'm a little nigga. I'm a grown man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and those were funny. The funny things that I was saying that was just, but it's based, because the things I say sometimes to me, it should be like funny stuff that's just really reality. It's just reality. It's not like a hard whatever, like, it's just kind of reality, and I expose it in a sense, in the moment too, and people enjoy it, right? So with my seasoning on it, right? So that night was the night that it really was like, no, I'm funny.
Figured it out.
Yeah, I didn't figure it because you always figuring it out. You're always trying to figure it out, because each time is different again. But that was the night that I was like, I can do this. I mean, I knew I can do it before. Like, I can do it. I know I can do it.
It's just a moment in time. We all have those. I remember with Capone, him throwing me into the National Black Theater.
Uh-huh. Wait, because you was part of the 5 mics, right?
Oh, yes, sir. You knew that. You knew that. This is way before that.
Come on, man. Play Shot Guy. Play Shot Guy.
The 2 Shot Brother. Yeah. You always wanted to, you love taking shots at that shit. You like, yo, put it in 5 miles.
Yo, they was all in suits. Like,
yo, that shit was fun as fuck.
I mean, it was good. I think it's all good.
It was a gimmick, but it was like, it was a thing, though.
To me, it was all good. It's all good.
Well, a group of dudes doing comedy.
It's a part of the journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But Capone, but way before when I just first started rocking with Capone, he saw me at the Laugh Factory when he split with Wendy Williams. And he started doing
Did he have a toothpick in his mouth? Like,
he just was like,
little nigga.
I was able to I did a guest spot, and he invited me up to the National Black Theater the next day. And I did
He just signed the contract.
my office hours. He hung me out the window. Him and his guy, that guy.
He put a suit on you and held you out the window.
You didn't see the documentary, man?
Oh man, so funny. So he threw me to the wolves. There was like 300 people there. I had never did this crowd that size, and I did my thing, 5 minutes. But then he invited me back the next week, and I went up. And I did the same material. And I was like, why aren't they loving me again? They love me. And he's like, yo, this is my people. They were here last week. And he's like, you can't do that. The same stuff. You got to. I'm like, but that's what I got.
Yeah, right?
He's like, well, you got to be you. So then next time he threw me up again. And that was the moment. I was me. And I didn't have a new 5 minutes. It was the week later. Like, how long it take to get a good
did you just go off the top of your head?
Yeah, because he asked me to do like a pre-host.
Yeah.
And so that's when I just became, I had no choice.
Dino.
Yeah, it's just like, this is me. Hey, how you doing?
Is Dino your real name?
Dino's my real name.
No, but I mean, like, is there more to it?
No.
It's just Dino?
Just Dino. No middle name.
Like Dino Vinci or some shit?
No, Dino Vinci. No, that would be weird. Dino Vinci Vigo.
But Dino is like a dinosaur that we know.
Yeah, it is. And
but what is that?
Kareem is the person
from?
we know too.
No. Dino is a dinosaur.
No, that's
from the
one.
Flintstones, right?
But Dino was a name before. Listen,
I know. But okay, so what is with
where
did
Dino?
Is there a famous
where did my family
Dino?
get the name from?
Yeah, where does
what
Dino?
was the inspiration? Supposedly, because I didn't grow up with my father. So when I asked my mom, she puts it on him because I hated my name.
Yeah,
I got teased.
You got a middle name?
No.
Is that a white thing?
Some people don't have middle names.
Okay.
I guess with a name so unique as Dino.
You got a middle
don't
name?
need one.
Yeah.
What's your middle name? Kareem?
Finish, Dino.
Kareem Garfunkel. Kareem. So I didn't like my name. It was a thing. Every time I met somebody, he was like,
Yeah.
of course. No, I mean, that's what.
From the dinosaur.
From Flintstones. So, I mean, listen, I didn't look at it as I was being bullied. It was my friends. Like,
I know,
friends
but
tease
where
each
did it
other.
come from?
So my mother, when I asked her, why do you give me that dumbass name, Dino? She said, your father came up with the name, and it was a boxer that he was a fan of.
Oh.
His name was Dino something.
Did you find out who the boxer was?
I did it one time. I don't remember anymore, but it was like an Italian boxer.
He's a bum. He was a bum.
Some boxer from Italy.
He's a bum rock.
My father was a boxing fan, and he liked the name, and that's the story of my mom.
You should Google that one day. Find out who the
No,
boxer Dino was.
I have, but I don't remember off the top.
Oh, okay.
Dino
So he wasn't that popular then, I'm guessing.
At the time, I don't know. I don't fucking know. It was a long time ago. He's not a guy that obviously you would have known if I said you would have said like, oh, Dino blah blah blah. Like he's not that guy. He's not Sugar Ray Leonard. But
It does sound Italian, right?
Dino, yeah.
Dino.
Sounds.
no, that's an Italian name.
Oh, okay.
But it's supposedly Italian boxer. That's where the name.
Okay.
You know, Vigo.
So, but now as an adult and as a performer, I've embraced it because it's. People always thought it was a stage name anyway, and now it is a stage name.
Yeah, I
it's
thought
my
it was
real
short
name.
for something.
Yeah, no. So it has worked out. I embrace it.
It's unique. I don't know no other Dinos in the world. I've never even heard of another Dino.
There are. When I was growing up, there was like, oh, there's a Dino in the next at that school. Like there's Dino scattered around.
That's because you Dino. Have you ever seen the Dino? Well, I've seen the Kareems. I'll be like, he don't look like no Kareem. like somebody with my name, I'll be like, this guy, he don't look like no Kareem. You know what I'm saying? There's fat Kareems. There's light-skinned Kareems. Like this.
I know Kareem. He's Egyptian.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
look like.
it's
But that
it's
Egyptian
like a
guy
Muslim
would look
name,
like
right?
a Kareem to me.
Is it like a Muslim name, Kareem?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay. You know the meaning of it?
It means generous.
There you go. All right. So
I got a memory of you, Kareem. I know you've been doing it so long. We probably got to help you like jar some stories because they all mixed up. But I remember I went to this place in Harlem. It was like a dungeon. It was on 145th and St. Nick.
Oh, up the block. I
know that's where I think that's where the old fish place is. Where I got the fish at?
No, it's a Dunkin' Donuts now.
Oh yeah, but yeah, right.
That
next
was
to, yeah,
Homeboy's
Oh yeah, they were
room.
connected. I think
That was
right?
Homeboy's room. That he passed away too, man. Skinny guy, bald
I
head.
know what you're talking
man.
about. Not Dolph. What's his name? He used to do he used to do this coke
He had
joke.
a lot of rooms, man.
He used to
I
do
feel
white
bad I can't-
lines, and he'll do like he's like back in the days when I was sniffing coke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll play that
Great
music.
guy, great guy, man.
Norm
Norm Hill.
Norm Hill, yes. Exactly.
Norm Hill, R.I.P.
He's right over from this area. This is his area.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I only been there like maybe once or twice. And every time I went in there, it just seemed like a really rough room. Like the DJ would, put his music on in the middle of your set. I remember like just the crowd just being like, they didn't take any shit. Like they wanted to laugh right away or they turned their back on you.
Yeah.
I remember they had like a whiteboard on the wall. It said like nutcrackers.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like a red light.
I think it was like 2 ways into it too. Is there 2 ways into the place? It was like because it was on the corner.
Yeah, maybe. It was weird, man. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was
I
like,
remember
yo,
that
is
room.
this shit legal?
I had just started doing comedy, and it was like that was a room like like you ain't ready for that room yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, like I said, I've only been there like once or twice, and I saw people like just bomb hard. But I remember this. I don't know how many times you've been there, but the one time I remember you being there was you was talking to the crowds, just saying stuff, and you had just like I think just got on stage, and then some chick just like jumped up, was like, "Nah, fuck that! You was fucking with me last week. Why you keep fucking with me?" And she just kept on. And then she got up, walked on stage. You was like, yo, where the fuck security? Like, what's up? Like, yo. And she just, do you remember that night?
I don't.
Yeah,
You know?
one of those glares.
Oh,
I
she
don't.
came, she was in your face. And
I believe you though. I believe you.
It was crazy, man.
You're one of the guys. You've had many
altercations
because one thing about you is like you you make it funny though. Like you even to this day you've learned a little bit differently, but
polish it a bit.
Polish it, but
polished.
you get aggressive fast. The only person I know that might get aggressive fast and you're on the same level is Godfrey.
Yeah.
Like, and not saying in no bad way.
Me and him have the same birthday.
Wow.
We have the same birthday.
The second, even just the other day, I watched you perform, and like you make it funny. You made it funny even back then. It would just be like bad though.
I go hard in the paint.
Get bad, yeah. But even recent, I saw you the other day, and I was just like, Kareem's crazy. Like a woman said one thing, and you was just like you like immediately made her the show for like 2 minutes. And brought it back. But like you get aggressive right away. No, you won't let shit go.
No.
It's that street life.
No, I don't. I just I don't know.
Mind you, I can be that way too, but there's levels.
I don't feel like I'm aggressive, but I do because the way people label me, I be like, I'm not. But then again, you know, I come from a more direct.
Yeah, bro.
Angle.
I get like a roaster. Like I feel like you could be good at roasting people.
I'm not even a big roaster.
No,
I don't even like roasting.
He's good. But Kareem just gets.
I paint a picture.
Boom, right away.
I create a movie scene. This is a scene. So like some people be roasting. Look at your head. Look at you. I don't do that. I'll put you in a scene and make you this person, and according to what you said, and paint a picture. It's like a little scene, and then I become you. And then I discuss what you were saying and whatever it is.
I mean, some of your biggest rips have been moments that went off the rails, and you just you're the show now.
Yeah. But I try. What I try to do though is I always try to make it. I don't try to make people feel bad. I've never tried to make people feel bad.
No,
but sometimes back in the days when I was newer, I didn't know. I would just say whatever I was thinking. I was like, I said something about this dude.
You kind of still do that.
I said, I do, but it's just way more finesse.
You're probably a better comic now.
Yeah, more, so like the other, I think he was there the day when I was just like, I said, and I think I recorded it too, actually. It was like, men keep relationships together.
Oh, yeah, the lady over there.
The lady,
but here's
like,
the thing. She didn't
bullshit.
say anything like, she was just going to say bullshit and not say nothing else. But you was like, bullshit? I'm in.
No, I was like, bullshit.
Oh, she gave me it? Yeah,
sometimes,
I'm going.
But that's where the fun.
You made it gold. You made it gold. I'm not.
But that's where the
that
fun is at, though. I make people making people clarify their statement is when the fun is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because people will say stuff, but don't really have a real good reason. It's just emotion, but it's not really based on anything that's solid.
Like
or they take themselves out of it, like they're the victim. So
I guarantee this is going to spark a story in you, probably several stories. You're going to have to pick which one to tell. I could pretty much promise you that you have made a boyfriend want to step to you before. Like, you got on the, you got on a girl and the dude had to come to his woman's aid. Like, yo, that's my girl, son.
I've never had that.
No,
I've never had that. You got me confused with TK Kirkland. TK, I've seen that. Like, ugh.
Yeah. All right. Well, good.
Yeah, that was
But we already know the answer to this. But you've had people approach you on stage.
I just told you.
I
choked on.
But that was different because the altercation started off the stage.
Yeah, but approach me on stage.
That's happened to me like 3 times.
I do. It hasn't happened in a long time.
Happened to me this month.
But also, I try not to. At the spot we play at in 47.
Yeah.
Wow.
A woman.
I try not to. I don't know. I don't always engage. Like, you don't know how much I don't engage because people say a lot of stuff in between. Because the shit that I say, the things that I say are kind of, it's not even controversial. It sparks things in people, right? Like, they'll either start talking to something, I'll say something, and then they'll be like, yeah, so said that to me. Or they're like, it sparks something, right? It's like triggering. Because it's kind of, the things that I talk about are kind of honest conversation, right? So it'll trigger something in someone. They'll either talk to their friends about it, or they'll say something to me like, no, it ain't. Like that girl, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So
women do not be arguing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
You starting an argument right now.
So what is this?
Yeah.
What is this you call?
What is this right now? Where is this gonna go?
Is this a not argument? So I do things like that. I don't mean to, but that's just the conversations I have. I just talk about things that I believe. I don't know how I see the world, and it comes from an honest perspective. So that's why when you're talking honestly like that, you trigger different things, and it's gonna go into a joke, but just the topic of it, in my opinion of it, most of the time my opinion or my thoughts are not the same as everyone else's. You know, it's an opposing thought, right? So other people are like, what? And now they think they got to argue their point, you know? And that's when the fun begins. You know what I'm saying?
So when you bomb now, how do you, if it happens, you know, do you just, I guess you've been doing it so long, you just brush it off, or do you like dwell in it? Or,
I delete the tape.
Never
happened.
To see this shit. So,
that's basically what the point you get to is where like, okay.
Yeah. When I bomb now, it's just like, I just try to figure out like, what did I do? Was my energy low? I just think about what I was doing, you know, or did I go into that too soon? Because sometimes you got to get their trust first, and then go into something that might be controversial or challenges them. You don't want to challenge them off the top. It depends on, you know what I'm saying? You read in the room, let you know. Sometimes you may not read the room as well. Because if you got something you want to talk about that's a little challenging, meaning people have conflicting views about, but someone who's up there just goofying it up, and there's nothing wrong with not the distant, but some people just do happy stuff or silly stuff, right? So they're just doing, because I do a bunch of silly stuff too, but you know, depending on what you want to do, I'm like, I want to talk about this. This might be a thing right now. People don't, you know what I'm saying? But they just goofied up the room. So, and
sometimes a bomb is just a bomb. Like, it's going to happen. You're doing a show at 1 a.m. In Times Square. Right. The people are drunk coming in. It's just a bomb's going to be on. That rolls off your shoulder.
Yeah, you got to, trying to figure it out.
I mean, you try your best and you bomb. But I'm glad you brought that up, Dave. What do you do now when you bomb? Because that goes into my next question is, have you ever... So I don't mind, same thing with me. Like at this point in my career, I've been doing it for a long time. I know what I do. I know I usually do well. So when I bomb, yeah, it might be a reason, it might not be a reason, kind of next. The only time that a bomb bothers me now is a bomb that counts. Like, you ever bomb when it counted?
Like when like
an
audition or something.
A big audition, or on TV, you got the thing and you didn't do well on TV, or an audition. Like, I pride myself in coming up to the plate when it counts and doing well when it counts. I have bombed when it counted, and that, to this day, you know, those bombs stick with me. You know, because like, damn, that was a. I wish I didn't bomb on that thing. You know what I mean?
You got a reoccurring suicide bomb on you.
Yeah, just like, well, you know, basically, like those bombs. Those bombs bother me. Have you ever bombed when it mattered?
I probably didn't do well when it mattered.
But that's what I mean. That's a bomb. When it matters, not doing well.
To me, a bomb is a level. Not doing good in a bomb is different.
Not doing well is a bomb to me. So I never bombed when it mattered, but I booed, but like I didn't do well. And to me, like I just, like, for instance, I had a Cellar audition one time. I did not kill it. I didn't have any representation. I wasn't on TV. So when you get the Cellar audition that way, like you got to go in and rip.
Yeah, you got to.
And I went up and did very okay. And I got off, and to me, that was a bomb. I just bombed my Cellar audition. I've been waiting for that for years.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I knew when I got off, like, I'm on stage, like, I'm not ripping in my head. You know what I mean? It's moving and slowing.
Yeah, that happens in your head when after like the second or third joke, you be like,
and the problem was no excuse, but the problem was I thought I was doing a spot. I thought the Cellar audition was a regular spot, and when I got there, it was like, no, you just do 5. And I was like, oh shit.
You had 7 minutes or 10 minutes or something?
I thought I had like doing a spot at the Cellar.
I don't. So I mean, but what does that entail? 20 minutes or 15?
Yeah, like 15. 20
yeah.
minutes. So then literally right there, I got
shift in your brain.
Mind you, I got the audition that day. She saw my tape and was like, "Can you come in now? Like, it's like 6:00. Can you come in at 8?" But I'm at that time. I'm doing comedy for years. I'm like, hell yeah, I could come in right now.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I should have waited and said like, no, I'll come next week, and then ran this 5 minutes. even though I didn't know it was 5 minutes till I got there because it was very last minute. And I got up there and I just did very okay because I had to adjust on the fly. And in my second minute, I know I'm just doing okay. Now, if I'm doing a whole set, I would have bounced out of that, did some crowd work, got them back, finished up. You know what I mean? You got time. But then at minute 2 and 3, it's like, do I do crowd work and then I'm done?
You
know?
threw the game.
Yeah. I just powered through my material and just ended up doing very average and like, didn't get past. And like that was a bomb to me. So so that question to you is like, you had a bomb when it mattered.
No, I've never bombed when it mattered. Honestly, I've never bombed. Actually, I did a solo audition. Yeah, and I did kind of bomb that one. I was pretty much a bomb.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Doing average at an audition.
I did really good the night before. I didn't expect to come back. I didn't even think it was an audition. The first one was an audition, but I just really ripped the day before. But then the next day, I was drinking, and I was going through this breakup with my ex-wife, and she was like, "I want to come down with you," and I was like, I did not, because of the simple fact that we were going through this thing also. Every time I got something, she would be mad at me. Like, it was animosity. So I was just like, I don't want you there. And plus I was, at my brother's wedding, his wedding. Yeah, it was a wedding reception, whatever. So I got the call to come back that day, and I was just like, and I was drinking already, but I still.
You were a drinker.
Well. Yeah, I wasn't.
Thank God that Kareem was gone.
Yeah, I'm.
You don't?
Huh?
You don't drink no more?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah,
no, that was
that
was where a lot of that wild stuff came from.
Yeah. I was gonna weave into it somehow. You brought it up. So, a lot of those bombs early, were they intoxicated bombs? Where?
Well, I had
because you would get on stage.
I had bombs
you would
that
get on stage fucked up.
I didn't bomb because I was like. Sometimes I'd bomb because I'm drunk. Because that means I was super drunk.
Yeah.
Because I could drink and be in rock. Right? Actually, I used to be. There was a sweet spot that you just. I didn't give a fuck. Right? But I had to stop that. So I had to find that sweet spot without it. Because as you get into comedy, you just be. Well, you don't drink or nothing, but it escalated because now I'm in a club every night. Now I'm getting a drink.
Free drinks
I'm getting offered a drink or a free drink or whatever. So that becomes my culture now. But then that activated alcoholism. So then now I can't drink.
One time, I think we recently recapped the story, just me and you kicking in the green room one day, but you got so fucked up with me.
You left me on the steps. You left me on the steps in the Brooklyn.
So what happened was, me and you, we weren't friends.
Party.
We weren't friends yet. We were acquaintances.
We were cool.
Yeah, no, we was cool, but we got much cooler through the years.
Yeah,
this is me and you first being cool. So you threw me a bone. You had a gig in Jersey. I had a car at the time, and so I drove us to the Jersey show. Mind you, in the car. Mind you, for probably first time we hanging. You driving somewhere. Only knew you from at the show.
Right.
So now we're in the car. We're driving the thing. You got a little personal thing.
Right? I probably had a bunch of them little joints. Because I used to keep them little shots.
You drinking? No, this wasn't a shot.
Bananas.
This was like the $10 Hennessy joint. This wasn't.
I had that?
Yeah, you had like a thing. And you drinking that on the way there. All right, cool. It was Hennessy. I remember. It was brown.
Might have been Paul Masson.
Maybe it was brown.
Yeah. That was a Paul Masson.
I recall Hennessy, but whatever.
It's cheaper.
So then we get to the show.
It's the $5 Hennessy.
We get to the show. You're drinking. I go. It was a fun show. Like your people, whatever you had, you knew some promoters. It was dope.
Yeah.
It was in a hotel,
somewhere in Jersey,
Holiday Inn conference room somewhere or whatever. But it was fun. I went up, I did my thing, which I was super fun. I'm on the road with Kareem.
Yeah.
it's a road gig. We a half hour outside the city.
You over the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah.
We OT, baby.
Yeah, I'm on tour.
You go through the Lincoln, man. Y'all don't know where I be.
So I had and those shows for me were very hit or miss. I'm still learning how to do a show outside of a comedy club environment. You know what I mean? And it was a urban crowd, but it was fun. You know my thing. And so it was just me and you. So I host featured. Did my 15, 20 minutes, brought you up. you were drunk, but you were ripped drunk.
Uh-huh.
So you ripped it. You ripped it.
All right,
But
stop
you
the
were-
story right there. That's it. That's it. That's all. We don't need to hear no more. Thank you. Good night, y'all. Thank you.
So then now the show's over. We're celebrities.
Uh-huh.
In that, you know what I mean? Like I did my thing, you did. You're the killer, and so. But now you're drinking more and more and more and more, and I'm watching you in the club. Like this is gonna be this. This might not end well. And I'm being the old man dad. Like yo, come on, man, we gotta go. Because you're done. So then I guess even the promoters were like, yeah, get him out of here. So now we're in the car. In the car, now you're luckily like you weren't wild. I heard wild stories about you. Like you got wild, but you were like you were done. You were knocked out. You were dead.
Right.
You were just breathing. Otherwise, you were dead.
Damn. That's
So
a
then
lot of alcohol.
I get you to back to Brooklyn, and you were with your wife at the time. I'm not sure if you were married, but you living together. And you were like, I'm like, I get you out of the car, basically like carry you. You're on the steps, and I'm like, I didn't have her phone number or nothing.
Yeah.
You were done, and I'm like, yo, do you know? You couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me your apartment number. You were dead.
I was comatose.
Yeah, and you were like,
coma.
I like, Rain, you got her phone number? Like, what's your apartment number? You was just like, you weren't even answering me. And I'm like, damn, what do? I can't stay here all night. Like, and then you were just like, yo, it's okay, I'm good. Right? I'm good. Just go ahead. I'm like, you sure? And like, so I left, right? And then, you know, my conscience is like, damn, man, you can't just leave him. I go around the corner and you're gone.
Yeah.
I turned the corner. I was like, I can't leave him. Like,
You know you have a natural, well, you don't know, but there's an alcohol GPS in you.
yeah.
So when you get a
But
certain
I
amount
don't
of
know
drunk,
if you went home or you went
can't even
inside. I
see-
don't know where you went.
No,
bro.
you just
He was
somehow.
gone.
I think he went home.
It's one of those things that if I was at the steps, I went home.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. If I didn't go home,
Yeah.
there would be a problem. You
Oh, it
make
was
it
your steps to your building?
Yeah, it was my steps to
No,
my
I
building.
dropped him off home, but couldn't
So
get him. He
didn't
lived
know
in
if I
a
went upstairs
brownstone
or whatever.
Okay, that
I think she maybe came down and got me or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. She had some spider senses that my husband's on the steps.
Maybe somebody else saw me and was like, "Yo, your man downstairs. Go get your husband."
It was late, bro. I think you probably just had a sober moment or an instinct moment, like a life preservation. Let me just get inside.
Yeah, you just woke
Once
up.
I was gone, you had to fend for yourself, I guess. So you,
And that was the night that it happened, Dina.
yeah, I literally was worried until like a few days later I saw you again. Like, oh shit, he's alive and shit.
He didn't
Oh,
call
yeah, that
him
was-
like, yo, you all right?
I mean, if he was dead, he was
Those
dead.
was them wild nights, man.
No,
Them
I
wild, yeah, that's just a part of my journey, man. That's part of my journey.
You
I got
had
some
to drink a
stories
lot,
about-
or you just a lightweight? Like some
no.
people get drunk
You know what
after
it
one
is?
drink.
I drink.
He's a drinker.
No, I'm a drinker. But the problem is, I drink too much. I drink too fast too. I'm
That'll
like,
do it
'cause
to
I'm
you.
impatient. I'm waiting for the drunkenness. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
And then
let me get another one. All right, that probably wasn't enough. So now I'm probably 3 drinks in, 3 shots or whatever it is within an hour. So
3 shots?
I'm guessing 3.
Oh, 3 drinks. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, say 3 drinks in.
I know.
Drinks or shots or whatever it is there, I'm drinking. Whatever I'm drinking, I'm 3 in maybe within an hour or hour and a half, and that's not enough time. That's too much too soon. So before I know it, I'm like, oh shit.
And then the one time, think probably was one of your close to your last times. Like, yo, I gotta stop. You were, and you kind of had stopped, and that's when I know I saw you. You relapsed, and so I was like, damn, Kareem. So you showed up to the spot that we play a lot, where like it's one of the clubs where you could do like 3 shows in a night.
Right.
So you showed up, done. You showed up like not.
I think I remember that
Yeah,
too.
and you got mad at me.
Because somebody told me to go home. I think she told me
Me.
to go home.
I put
Was
you
it
in an
you?
Uber home.
Did you?
Yes,
No, because I know the other. Oh, what's her name?
but also it was
She
everyone saw you.
Oh,
it was
okay.
nothing. But I was saying like, yo, listen, let me like. I was telling her like, I got him.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So you showed up so fucked up. You couldn't even stand up on stage. You were done. So you ended up on stage for one of the shows. It was a disaster. It was disaster.
What did I do?
Just mumbling, you were bad. It was not. You didn't. It wasn't a drunk rip. It was a drunk
bomb.
The audience were coming out like, "Yo, this guy. What's up with this guy?"
Right.
And so I was like, "Fuck." Like, mind you, this club is whatever it is, but you still don't want to lose that work.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, yo, Kareem, you gotta go." Mm-hmm. After she was like, it was two separate. You gotta go. So she was saying you gotta go because she's the manager or whatever. And was like, "Yo, you can't be here like this." I'm saying, "Yo, Kareem, you gotta go before, like, the owner sees you."
Yeah.
And so I was like, come on, man. And obviously you were like, when someone's drunk like that, you're like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? And then I was like, nah, you got to go home, man. Like, so I put you in a Uber or a taxi or whatever. And then you called me like the next day, like, yo, man, why'd you, whatever. You weren't mad. And I had to tell you. And then once I told you, you were like, oh, thank you.
Well, thank you again.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you don't remember like literally falling down and people coming out complaining? Obviously, you don't remember.
I fell on stage?
No, but you were like, you literally like leaning on the wall like before going, like you couldn't stand up, bro. You were done.
Nah, you don't remember that.
Yeah, you know.
No. That was all for you. That was all your. That's all in your memory bank. That shit ain't. That took up your data.
Never happened. But to your credit, to this, I mean, I'm not with you 24/7, but I see you a lot. I haven't seen you that way.
Oh no, I told you I stopped. I haven't been drinking about going on 3 years.
Good. Yeah, and this was about 3 years. It wasn't. It was recently-ish. And
because I'd stopped for 3 years.
That's what disappointed me the most.
I had stopped one time for about 1.5 years. Then I stopped another time for 3 years, and then again.
See, like, you know what my problem is? It's
back.
not a problem. I don't understand that doing it again. Because in my mind, you're like, yo, I'm like proud of Kareem, man. He's like drinking no more. His career is moving. He's doing his thing. And it's like a year or two passes and I don't see you that way. Then I see you that way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, Kareem, no.
But
man.
you know that's just part of my.
But that's obviously the journey.
My
but
journey.
Like I don't. It's like I don't.
But it's also
that.
It's coming to terms with what's going on with you. I wasn't being honest with what's going on with me. I knew there was a problem, but I didn't really. I knew it was a problem, but I thought I could control it. First, you think you can control the problem, and then after a while, you're like, I can't control the problem. Then you stop. Then you stop for a while. Then life gets good. Things get great. Then you be like, man, I think I can handle it. Your mind tricks you into thinking you can, do that and be a part of that life, and then you realize you can't again. Yeah. Because you end up back in the gutter even quicker.
Because you're one of the guys.
Like I can smoke weed. I can't drink. I can smoke weed. I can do some coke. I can do some mushrooms. I can do some. What else is left? Molly.
Man, we did that show with the Hasidic Jews, and that dude came down with the.
He was like,
yo, what y'all want? Coke, drink, like, whatever. I was like, and then Kareem was like, no, I'll take some Coke. I said,
I'll take some Coke.
Oh.
Not again. I'm not dropping you over the steps. He had flashbacks. I'm like, what steps?
I literally was like, Kareem, for real?
I'm not putting you in the Uber.
I was like, for real, Kareem? Like, you gonna? I thought you. And he was like, no, I'll do Coke. I was like, don't give me no drink. But I was like, okay, well.
I didn't do nothing though. Yeah. I mean, because I don't really. Honestly, I'm not even. Those things aren't that interesting anymore. I feel like I had my time.
Well, you had to do Jew Coke is a different kind of Coke.
Well, you tell me. I'll take your word for it. Take it out of them little hats.
So I was about to get into
it off a dreidel.
Dave, I told Dave that story, but like because we were gonna do the podcast, and then he was like, "Man, I'd have did some Jew Coke too." Like for some reason, he thinks like their Coke Jew was Coke. Like some rabbi.
The best prices.
Yeah, he had like pure.
You get higher once you know the price.
If I was in the hood, I wouldn't have did the Coke, but if I was with the Jews with you, I'd have did it. I was like, okay.
It's different qualities.
Yeah.
Different quality. But how do you know that quality is a good quality if you never did Jew Coke? You never even heard of Jew Coke. I've never heard of it till just now.
It's not a real thing.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you, you had some issues with substance abuse and
alcohol. Everything else was fine.
I mean, it's a substance. All right, alcohol. Yeah, and you always were that. You ran with the dudes that did that. Like there was like 4 or 5 of you that y'all would disappear into the bathroom back in the days. But it was alcohol that was your.
That's my Achilles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know I don't know, some people can't do nothing.
That's a weird thing too. That someone could they could do you could do.
It's called drug of choice,
but you can't have a drink casually. That's a weird thing. And some people it's the opposite. They can have a drink casually, but they touch coke, they're on a bender.
Everybody is called drug of choice, and plus with your body likes. But I have alcoholics in my family. You know what I'm saying? My mom's was an alcoholic. I don't know my pops ever. My grandmother was an alcoholic. And yeah, my cousin, she passed away from excessive drinking. But yeah, so those, and some of my family don't touch nothing. They don't touch nothing. My brother don't touch nothing. My older brother, he don't touch nothing. He probably tasted something. He was
I'm the only one in my family that doesn't do anything. No one's alcoholics, but my mom will have a glass of wine, my sister will have a glass of wine, my cousin will have a glass of wine.
And you never touched none.
I just never, and it was no moral thing though.
You never tasted it?
Well, I know what alcohol tastes like. That's why I don't like it. It's nothing morally. It doesn't. To this day, if you had it.
Did you ever get a buzz or anything?
No. I've never had more than a taste of alcohol. Even to this day, if I'm on a date or whatever, and someone's like, "Yo, taste this," I'm like, "Yeah, I don't like this. This is not. I don't like alcohol."
Oh, you'll say no, I don't like it. Oh, you'll taste it and say,
I taste it.
okay.
I don't drink, but just to it's not it's not a religious thing. It's not a moral issue. It could touch my lips. I don't like it.
I have a theory on this.
I've never had it.
Some people are like that, but also some people are like that, but also they seen a family member who's obliterated
that's not
their
what
life.
Happened to me. I wanted to drink.
And damaged them.
I watched the adults drink, and my mother would have liquor in my house.
Alcohol don't taste good.
Huh? That's what I'm saying. So I remember stealing.
He doesn't want to get drunk, is what it is. He don't. You don't want the real Dino to come out.
I wouldn't want to see that pedophile out here.
You don't want that Dino.
You got all the pedophiles cut the hair off. Hi kids.
What it looks.
He got hi kids.
Wow. I thought you'd be like you. I thought you was gonna say you'd be a raging.
Sold all this shit and bought a van.
He had that in his fucking chamber.
Jesus Christ.
Jumping out in front of PS12.
He's seen the girls you date.
Oh my God.
Tapping them shiny shoes. Them shiny Nikes. All them kids will love them shiny Nikes with some colors on it. Oh my God, Colin, we love your shoes.
That's funny.
Wait till you see what I got in the van.
Just from a drink.
A couple of drinks. Not one. One of just.
It's called it's Pedo Dino. Pedo Dino. It's regular Dino.
Anybody out there, don't give me no drink.
Turn into Pedo Dino.
I would pay Dino just have a camera rolling and we just get him drunk.
Now, I am scared. I don't know what type of drunk I would be. All jokes aside.
I think you'd be a coke guy though. I say that because your nose look like that handles some coke right there.
This city will go dry if I started sniffing coke. This is I don't know if it's a good coke nose or a bad coke nose.
It just looked like a nose that would rather do coke. Like you have a cigarette looking at it, where's that coke at?
It's a drug sniffing nose, I tell you.
All types.
So you are well known in the city as one of the funniest guys in the city, right? Mm-hmm. And that comes with this. Damn, Kareem's so funny. How come he's not here in people's mind? Mm-hmm. There's this thing of success. Now, I always say, Kareem makes a living doing comedy, as we all do. You made it. Mm-hmm. You're successful. When you're able to pay your rent with your art, earn a living with your art, you've been all over the world. You've been on countless TV shows. Mm-hmm. You made it. You did it.
Yeah,
but to some people, your funny level does not match your money
success
level.
They feel
and it's a compliment.
But that's according to what they think. But also
it's a compliment, but also not a compliment.
I feel like it's a compliment because they wish I would have more because they feel like I should have more according to how they think things should go. But in reality,
don't feel bad for Kareem. He's living.
But I've done. You know what I'm saying? How you think I pay for all that liquor? But also that liquor was a part of me not excelling.
So that was it was a two-part question. It was, do you think the years of you
alcohol,
drinking or doing whatever you're doing, wilding out,
it's called
fighting people,
the immature behavior of Plus, as I said, I came out of foster homes and came into comedy, so remember, I come out of a system. Now I'm out in the world, and I'm cutting loose. You know, I've never been on planes. I've never really been in clubs. So all this shit is whatever. I'm like, I'm a kid in the
It's like the rapper that gets a check for the first time.
You know,
or that athlete that gets a check for the first time is like,
I'm just like, I'm doing what I do what I want to do. And I've always been a do what I want to do kind of guy. But also, would you add alcohol with that? That's not good. I'm still a do what I want to do dude. But when you add alcohol, you do too much of what you want to do or do too much of anything. You know what I'm saying? You're not focused. You're all over the place. It's a shotgun instead of a laser beam, right? So, alcohol and living, wild, chasing girls, whatever, living like a teenager, like a teenager with money. You know what I'm saying? That's what it literally is.
Mind you, through all those times of you wilding out, whatever, you still were getting. You still got Def Jam. You still got Comedy. You still got BET. Like you still were getting those things.
But those are also 2 times where I'd slow down on the nonsense, and
because it's no.
But
secret.
also, I always stay on stage though. The one thing I do is I do stay on stage. So maybe even like also as you get older, your body can't tolerate drinking like it used to when you're younger. So the recovery time wasn't the same. So now you can't, like before I could drink all day, get up all week, all day. I'm at the show every day, up, back at it again. Now you drink, you be just tired in the morning. You're tired, your body weak, or you're just like, damn, why ain't no blood in this finger? So
it's no secret to me that you haven't been drinking in a few years, and you're doing very well now. You're on your trajectory is like this. You're on the new your new show on Showtime.
No, I'm on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, you said about to be.
Yeah, it's about to come out.
Oh, it's about to come out.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Relax, bro. I'm giving you your flowers, man.
Nah, thank you. Thank you. I just want to get the wording right because I know how y'all are with the wording. Yeah. When it comes to these 2 PC motherfuckers.
So your Showtime show is about to debut in a week or 2, right?
Yes, May 23rd.
May 23rd. See, the thing is, this podcast
next week, 2 weeks.
This podcast won't be out by then, but no, because we're filming a season.
That's
and
cool.
then we're putting it out. So whatever.
How many make a season?
To me, 8 to 10 episodes in there.
Oh, really?
And then that's no. That's just
That's
I
what you
want to
put
have
in
a
the tank.
catalog.
Okay.
So then now we have time to, as
more.
1 and 2 is on, we're editing the next one. And so we're not like this week, oh, fuck, we don't got nothing to put out.
Yeah.
So I want to have a nice head start. So you're doing your thing, man. You got some good representation, and you're on your way to the top, minus alcohol.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Now,
Oops, I gave you
gotta
the wrong
find
sound
another
effect.
device. A divisor. Like, you lead alcohol.
Nah, that's
on,
it, man. You good. You're on the road. That's it, man. I mean,
I'm in, but I'm at peace though with life. I'm cool with like even during the pandemic, I wasn't bugging out like everybody else. I was just like,
you're very zen. You're very philosophical. You're very philosophical.
Philosophical.
Yeah. You're very zen. You do as much as a wild.
I do a lot of spiritual work.
You are very wise. You're wise. You have experience life.
Look at this T-shirt. It's got some.
Oh yeah. It says, "Life becomes great when you become grateful."
There you go.
I created these. These are my shirts.
Yeah, I created this.
I know you're a child. See? Pedodino makes things for kids. Want to see my T-shirt?
Show the shoes, man. Put your feet up, man.
We're talking to a Mickey Mouse guy. If I'm a pedo, you're a pedo too.
Nah, man, he's angry.
But, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, you were saying these are because that's what I think a lot of the stuff that I've gotten to. All right, minus the alcohol, but it ain't just alcohol. It's a change of mindset too. It's just being grateful. So that's what I was during the whole pandemic. I was grateful, even though I lost my dear aunt in the thing.
Yeah, R.I.P. I remember you speaking about
that was that hurt because she was my biggest fan, and it kind of hurts to see. I mean, to achieve this without her seeing it. She used to come to most of the shows. Rest in peace, Aunt Valerie Wilson. She used to come pretty much all the shows, like she brought other people in the family to shows because nobody's paying attention to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Later on, they'd be like honestly, when I got on BET, my family didn't even know until probably somebody else told them. It was like, oh, he's like, I heard your nephew on BET or your whatever on BET, you know, and then they'd be like, oh, somebody told me you was on. Like they didn't really care. Like they don't.
Is that your fault or their fault?
There's not a fault in here.
I mean, like you didn't tell them I'm doing BET.
No, there's not a fault. There's not a but when I say they don't care or they're not paying attention, they're just not, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even mad. I'm not mad at them or nothing, but I just know that's how that goes. Like the people who are gonna support you most are not gonna be your family. It's not always gonna be your family, rather. Like coming to your shows as much, liking your pictures, sending out your videos. It's not gonna really be it's not always your family. So, and I'm cool. I understand that, but they'll help me in other ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when things got tough during comedy.
Yeah, I know you always go to your. I guess that's
when things got tough during comedy.
Like when you were like relationship ended and you went to the crib.
Yeah, can I finish that?
Right.
Yeah. So when things got tough, my aunt gave me a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? Which helped me regroup and get myself together and get back out there. So she may not come to the shows, but she's still laying a foundation so I can still do the shows. So a friend of mine years ago told me, because I used to be upset, my family, you know, for when I was in foster homes, they didn't come visit me, they didn't come see me, they didn't whatever. And I was just like, you know what? She said, no, don't be mad at your family. Your family will help you how they can help you. And the problem is sometimes with people, we get mad at them because we think they should help us this way. But they help you how they can help you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to learn to be grateful for. Because, you know, you may not be able to give me money, but you gave me a place to stay. You may not be able to give me a place to stay, but you gave me some food. You gave me some great advice or connected me to something. You know, people can help you how they can help you. It's not always how you want them to help. You know what I'm saying? And it all counts. It all counts because it helps you get to that place of peace or where you're trying to go or whatever it is. So I've learned to not be upset with them. But also when I was going through foster homes and I talked to them, and I was upset with my family because they didn't check on me. They didn't nothing. I was going through hell in them foster homes. Sometimes it was physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, and no one checked on me, you know? So I was like, they didn't even care. Nobody. And I'd go on visits. That's one of the most loneliest things in the world, to go on a visit and no one comes to visit you. You see everybody else with their family, you know? So teardrop. So anyway.
Right. So that creates grudges, anger.
Well, it makes perfect sense why you would have a feeling about them.
Yeah. So I secretly, I never was like, y'all never.
You might never connected it, but
no. I neain't verbalized it to them, but internally, it's just like, you know, somebody ain't checking for you or they hate you, but they acting like they cool with you, and you be like, no, you ain't cool with me. You ain't, you know.
Yeah, bro. I'm a child,
and you have that in your head, right? So like when I was out of it, I kind of had a little grudge with them. I never was like verbally abusive or nothing to them, but late in my mind. But then later on, I understood that also they were going through their shit.
Yes.
You know? So these things is what helped me understand and be understanding towards, you know, the other people in my life. Because you love to be the victim. But when I realized, you know, everybody got their own life. They was going through, it wasn't like they was neglecting me. They was fighting their own battles. You know what I'm saying? So with me learning that stuff, and mainly a lot of spiritual, you know, conversations with God. That's a book. 4 Agreements. A bunch of the Tao, living the life of the Tao, right? All that type of stuff that I read is just helped me put things in a perspective of understanding I'm not a victim here. I'm here to serve, and you know, do the best you can. You know, don't beat yourself up. Don't judge the moment. You know what I'm saying? And things like that, like, you know. So
do you think performing, does that help give you some sort of like solace therapy?
Oh, performing is not therapy. I do go to therapy. I go to real therapy. Because people be like, comedy, my therapy. No, it ain't.
So, you need to see a professional.
You need to see real therapy. That's like cheated. That's like weed is my. No, it's not. You need to talk to people to get this, a professional, get this out and give you, and let you figure out your coping mechanisms.
So you think therapy works?
I know it works.
David?
I know it works.
I'm trying to get this guy.
I mean, it doesn't work for everybody. Do you think it works
yes,
for
it does.
He's never
But
even
it doesn't
tried.
work for people who don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dave
Diets don't work for people who don't diet.
What you trying to say, bro?
Dave is a very good friend of mine. We spend a lot of time with each other. He has some demons, as we all do.
Yeah.
And he told him, "No, bro, I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I could use it.
Yeah.
I've went briefly, years ago, and I enjoy. It wasn't the best therapist, but I got something out of it, and I would go again.
See, that's the thing, though.
But I'm trying to just get him to just go. Like,
just
you
go,
need it,
talk to them, and you have. The thing about it is the weirdest thing about people, especially people of color, urban people, you have nothing to lose, not a goddamn thing to lose, and everything to gain. It's the best. You ever invested in the stock market? You invested in the stock market. You can lose anything. You can lose a lot of shit. You know.
You just hit a nerve.
Yeah.
He's
dog will holler. Let me say.
Hurt people.
But I'm just giving you an analogy. You invest in all this other bullshit, but won't invest in yourself. But the return on this, the investment in this is just a little time. But guess what? There's no loss. There's no loss. You know,
there is a loss if it doesn't work.
No. Already,
solution.
Your problem is you talking about it not working.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what he tells me? Yo, I spoke to a friend.
But what if it does? How about this? What if it does work? You're so hooked on it doesn't work. What if it don't? What if it do? What if it do though? That's where you gotta see. That's what the shifting your mindset is about. Thinking of the positive of what can happen from something instead of the negative. You know what I'm saying? What if you drink some water and it choke you and you drown and you drop? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Tell him, please. Tell him, Kareem.
Therapy is really you just talking, right? And they listen, right? Or
it's more to it.
What percentage are they speaking versus, if 100%?
It depends on, like, every session is different.
Just give me like an approximation, like 90-10, 80-20, 70-30.
I'm not sure. It depends on how much I gotta say. Sometimes I go and I don't got much to say, and they'll give me, in the little bit that I have to say, they'll give me more. They'll maybe compensate more. But if I need more, if I got more to say, they're gonna listen, but they're gonna speak, but they're gonna listen more because you need to get it out. That's what it is. What's going on in you is the toxins. It's just like, what do you call this? You gotta flush out your system because you got all that shit in you. You gotta flush out your system. You gotta
cleansing.
Yeah, you gotta cleanse yourself. And the cleanse yourself is to tell people the things that bother you, so you can get because all it does is help you re-see things.
Yeah. When you say it out loud, you kind of like you hear it differently. Than when
you hear it.
These are professionals, man.
They'll tell you another. All right, check it out. Just like I just said to you, right? You said, "What if it doesn't work?" That's the one perspective. What if it does work? That's another perspective. And that perspective is so much better than what if it doesn't work. It's like you go places to lose.
So are you going to stop going to a therapist? Or?
No. So why would you even think that? I didn't say shit about stopping.
So you just keep going.
I go as much as I need to go. It doesn't. There's nothing. And if I don't feel like going, I don't go. Or if I'm busy, I don't go. That like. It's like, it ain't like, why weren't you here? Nothing. There's no pressure.
Can I say this?
Change the subject.
All right. No, not change the subject. Before we move on. You agree that you have issues and you need help with these issues. You have some childhood trauma that needs to be addressed. You agree with that.
You would like to address.
Of course. Everybody has childhood trauma.
Exactly. But yours
not
is...
me. I don't have no trauma.
No, but his is like...
All right, not
his
everybody.
it affects you. It affects you.
I don't have any trauma.
Does. So hold on.
You had childhood trauma.
Yeah, but now since I went to my therapist,
I knew you guys say that.
So
I am free.
So listen, you agree to that. And we've had these conversations. You're not sure about that. What are you going to do about it besides that? Just let it eat you alive?
No, but no. Listen, this is what you can do.
Sniff some coke, do some drugs.
Drink it away?
Don't stress yourself. Listen. This is what you do. Don't go to the therapist. Just drink. Fuck your life up. Get impotent. and just waste and try to push all your issues into other things. Because it's gonna keep coming back.
Which is what he does.
It's gonna keep coming back. Because what you resist persists. So what happens is you'll just carry that monkey on your back forever, and then when you get into relationships, you'll fuck him up.
Oh, he does that
because you won't fix you. Like all this shit don't matter until you fix you. Like
we broke up 100 times.
As I told you, like through the pandemic, the reason I went through the pandemic, and it wasn't so hard for me like other people, because I was used to being with me. I'm cool with being with me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are
I can relate to that.
a lot of people so busy trying to be busy. Oh, gotta go do this, gotta party, gotta get these clothes, gotta go to get this program. They're sitting down and chilling with your thoughts and dealing with whatever life is. So talking to your mate for real. That's why some motherfuckers broke up, because they never really was dealing with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you deal with you, watch how much shit you realize you don't need, and how much more cooler you are with life, how much more attractive you will be in life. Your energy changes. People will gravitate to you. You'll probably start doing other things to enhance yourself, as in learning different things and really going for things that you embarrassed to. You're like, I can't do that. Man, we can't do that because motherfucker, I'm a man. Or I'm Latino, and motherfucker, we don't do that. Latinos don't do it. You let all that shit go. Like, fuck that.
Man, dropping jewels, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just if you want your freedom.
I agree. I know. I've heard it.
If you want your freedom, that's the road you go. You know,
and I appreciate that.
It's not an overnight thing. It's piece by piece by piece, and before you know it, you'll be like, man, it's so nice today.
Why didn't I do this 10 years ago?
You'll be like, it's so nice today. It's so nice today. It's so great. Like, and people, man, something about you different. You know, like even when you see, like when you talk about me, drinking was one part. But then I have to deal with my thoughts, right? So the therapist is what helped me deal with it. I used to go to some meetings too. I stopped going to meetings because it just, I don't really need the meetings. It's therapy. So I go to therapy. But if I did need to go back to the meetings, I'll just go. Because.
But you went.
It's all here to help me.
But you went.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, go. Go to say I don't want to go.
No, go.
Okay, as soon as I get some benefits.
You know what they used to say?
Just free. You can find free
don't
therapy,
leave.
bro.
They said don't. One of the meetings they used to say don't leave until the miracle happens. Oh no, don't leave before the miracle happens.
AA, right?
I think AA and NA. But don't leave. But see the problem with people. They'll think of a meeting and put it in that stigma. But these are just rules of life. The best prayer I've ever heard was in a meeting. And it's the serenity prayer y'all probably heard before. Yeah. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, which is the past. You can't change none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? The courage to change the things I can, which is you and your feelings, and the wisdom to know the difference of which one you can and can't. So you ain't just banging your head up against the wall unnecessarily, right? So those are the three things. If you put them in that category in life, everything falls in those categories. So at some point, you be like, why the fuck? Like say if my girl's doing something or what I don't like, I can't change her. That is not my job. I can share with her, I can kick it with her, I can be with her, or I can leave. But either way, I cannot change her. I got to accept her for who she is. Right. Stay or go. But I can't change her. She's got to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's certain things.
That like, just hit me.
That's just like
honestly.
I seen you drinking that in. I seen you drinking that in.
Nah, because I was dealing with something. And
I know, but I get it. But that's what I'm saying. But it falls. It's good for. But it's in AA. But it's here for everyone. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing. Like, you may not have to go to AA. I just gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to. I just gave it to you. Because I want you to be better. I want y'all great dudes, man. I mean, I don't even mess with people who ain't good people. That's why, like, even though I was wild as I am, why would I get along with a guy like you? Because in some way, we're the same. We have, like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm not bugging out.
Yeah, run.
He was saying something about.
Well, listen, I was gonna wrap it up, so we can wrap it up now. You dropped 1,000.
I'm gonna tell him to. I told him to text me. So either way.
Yeah, it's 1 hour 45.
So either way, the point is, the things you do, like from the therapy to, even if you don't want to start therapy immediately, start writing. Start writing out your feelings. And those will be the questions you ask yourself, and then you can answer them yourself, because the answers are in you. Literally, if you start asking yourself questions on paper, you won't believe how many answers you really have. Because the thing about the paper is there's no one watching. There's nobody to lie to. You know what I'm saying? Like the people you be lying, you be kind of take this little piece off to not make it seem so harsh or make it a little funny. You try to hide behind things, whatever. On paper, none of that shit needs to be there. None of that shit, it's just you. Just you in the paper. So now you spilling your guts on the paper. That's why people keep journals. You're spilling your guts on the paper. And then as you ask your question, why am I tired? Because I don't eat right. Because I smoke cigarettes. Because I drink. How can I have more energy? Change my diet. Start working out. And think and meditate. These different things. Eat brain energizing foods. Right? You know what I'm saying? Vitamins. Take vitamins. See, the answers are there within you. Or if you even when you ask certain questions, you can just go to Google and all it's all here for you. But if you don't, to me the biggest thing, like if you believe in God or the higher power or next level, whatever it is, you're here for a purpose, and the only reason you won't fulfill it is because you won't fulfill it. It's like you won't. You're so caught up in not doing what you're supposed to do for you.
Right.
Because you're worried about what these people are thinking or feeling embarrassed. Like, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Everybody has been through everything in the world. These motherfuckers who've been to jail, came back, and made a great life for themselves. Motherfuckers have been through way worse shit than you. I thought I've been through this terrible shit, but then I seen this, I read this book, Ayanna Van Zant. Yesterday I cried. I was like, ugh.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, Ayanna Van, you know who Ayanna Van Zant?
I've heard of that.
Ayanna Van Zant. She used to be on the Oprah Network, and she used to have, she has that joint Fix, Ayanna Fix My Life. She has that TV show she had. So the thing is, I read her book and was like, because I was feeling like I had the worst life. But I read her book and was like, God damn. And she still overcame all that stuff. Oprah was raped, was on crack, all kind of shit. And she's a billionaire. It ain't the money that makes her a billionaire, but it's her spiritual journey
it's kind of the money that makes
made her better. No, the money makes her known and popular.
No, you said it's not the money that makes her a billionaire.
Oh, no, actually, yes. No, actually, no. But no. I meant it on a different level.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's that internal cleansing and that spiritual balancing that helps you get to where you're trying to go or achieve the things you're trying to achieve. Because then at a certain point, you'll realize, I don't need $1 billion. That shit, and plus the shit you're going for sometimes, when you get clearer, you're like, I don't need that shit. I don't want that shit.
Right.
I thought I wanted that.
You get to a better place, operating from a better...
From a clearer place.
Oh, money don't make you happy,
a clearer place. Because right now, the thing is what you think that's going to make you feel better. That's once I get that thing, I'm going to feel better.
Right.
But
you...
Once you
cleanse the
same
out with that thing.
And then you get that thing, you're like, I still feel that way.
Yes.
Okay, now I got to get the other thing.
And it's a continuous... rabbit chasing the carrot, and before you know it, you done ran your life over. Yeah. Now you're old and be like, I never got to get this feeling right, and that's because you never did the internal work.
Well,
that's like old school shit right there.
Thank you very much for the sermon, Pastor Reem.
Yeah,
that boy been my reverend since I was a little boy.
That boy good.
And I love him dearly.
Because I tell you, you ever see my hashtag? I'm a vessel.
No, but straight up, I don't know if you noticed, but I'll let you go.
What?
Like, as you were doing your thing, like, it's like, no, go. Speak, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna, maybe once or twice I try, I give you a little nudge or whatever, but it's like, yo, you obviously are there's something coming through you. So speak. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna you literally you schooling me, you're schooling, like, I'm literally like, speak. Like,
at the same,
that's the job of the host, I think, is to, like, not really, like, you're the guest to speak. Mm-hmm. Tell your story. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you happen to just go off on this thing.
And guess what though? I'm still not perfect. It's an everlasting journey.
But people need to hear you, because there's people out there watching, no matter what it is, this podcast, if whoever watches it, there's going to be people that have had these issues that you have. Right. And they're like, oh, damn, man, like, he beat that. Or he's going through, like, oh, I mean, he relapsed too.
Yeah. I don't feel like I beat things.
No.
I feel like I get past them. Because that's what you got to do, get past them. because you can stay there and fight it forever, right? I can stay here and fight alcohol forever, and I'm going to lose. But if I stop using alcohol, I get past it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know the words to
Then you
use.
go
I'm
back.
just saying that.
No, I mean,
you
I'm
get
just
with
telling
it.
you the wording
And
because
you're a better Kareem than the Kareem that I met
everything is not
when I
always
first
about a
knew you.
fight.
Yeah.
And some things is about a flow. Most things, like people be like, I'm grinding. I don't be trying to grind. I'm trying to flow. I'm trying to become in alignment so I can flow through things smoothly. You know how some things are tough?
Yo, he won't stop.
You know what? You know how some things are tough, and then some things are smooth for you or easy for you. I don't know. That was easy as hell. It's because you was in alignment. But when it's tough, it's like you I gotta grind, nah. If you figure, become one, balance your mind and I'm not like no balance my heart, my mind, but really just be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? As I said, try to eat as healthy as you can and get yourself in alignment. Get in your best, become the best you, do the best you can to make yourself the best you. So when things come about, you flow like water, like, you know what I'm saying? All that, because grinding is hard. I don't like to grind. You know what I'm saying? You ever have a show, you be like, oh, that shit was, I had to fucking
Yeah, you want the fun show.
Yeah.
That didn't seem like
flow.
I'm not working. You want to feel like you're not working.
Yeah, you want to be like, man, I couldn't miss.
Yeah.
I was like, everything I said, I was like, I blinked. They was like, ah.
It's not supposed to be hard. I mean,
well,
listen,
the hard part is the lesson, is the learning.
When you got it, I guess there's I don't know, there's hard work involved.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're doing something you love, it's not work. It's supposed to you flowing, like you said.
Right. The tough part though is the learning it in learning it, being open to learning different parts of it. Right.
People. That's another thing. If you portray that, right. One of the some compliments I've gotten, recently more and more is like, when people see me doing comedy, like, man, you feel like you wasn't. I love your comedy, man. It feels like you're not even trying.
It's effortless.
You're just talking to us.
Mm-hmm.
And the other comics, man, they feel like they're just going, but they're going through the motion. Yeah, and they're like, man, when I'm doing
flowing,
my
when
thing,
you're flowing.
when I'm flowing, they're like, yo, it's just so it was a conversation.
But that's
and when you just said that flowing stuff, I was like, oh, that's what's happening when getting those compliments.
Yeah,
they see that.
Yeah, you're in flow.
Yeah,
I'll be reading.
I got the glow.
I'm looking
in those
for that
moments.
book. Bruce Leroy, baby.
You get the glow. You got to get the glow.
That was a song too.
Yeah,
right? I'm trying to find this book too. It's called Getting in the Flow or something with the flow. I forgot his name is Daniel. I think his name. I forgot his name though, but it's a book on flow, right? If you go on YouTube and you look up finding the flow or getting into flow.
Flow state.
Flow state. Yeah, I think it's called flow state. Flow state. You get that book, you look at that book. Like, see, these are the books. These are the books and these different things that I'm taking in to try to better my craft, to just better myself, and just to being into the rhythm of things. Because there's vibrations and rhythms that we can get into that helps just your life go smoother. And that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I'm making $5 or $50,000, I want them both to go smoothly. I don't want a rough $5. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a rough $50,000. I don't want a rough $50 million. I don't want a rough anything. I know some is, as I say, gets a little, because you got to figure certain things out. It seems a little tougher, but it's not. It's just a part of the learning process. But to me, the most part is I'm trying to flow. I'm not trying to grind at all out here. But that's the theme of everybody. You got to grind, yo. You got to grind. You got to get the bag. You got to.
That's just the words that they think is.
But think about
no
it.
sleep. No, you need to sleep.
Yeah. It's just little themes that people create.
Yeah.
That
I sleep when I'm dead. You're gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
You're gonna die without sleep.
Don't worry about that. Yeah. Or you're gonna be miserable as shit awake. You're gonna be miserable. So, but like you were saying, those little themes or whatever it is. But no, I feel like the flow is a healthier way. But everybody finds what motivates or makes them move. But I feel like flow is the one
I like
I
that.
work
I
on.
like that.
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that. I like that. Once again, thank you, man. Thanks for literally preaching to my people.
I don't call it preaching. I call it sharing.
Call it what you want to call it.
Sharing.
Get your words right, man.
Yeah, preaching sounds so negative.
I don't think it's negative.
I don't know
at all.
why preaching became negative. Preaching me like
Once
you're pushing
again,
it on.
you putting it on me. That's not a negative word to
I'm
me.
flowing.
Yeah.
I'm flowing.
Preaching,
I'm
flowing, whatever the fuck you
but
want
I'm
to say, man.
But I'm sharing.
Thank you for sharing your journey, man.
Yeah.
It was very, very entertaining.
Thank y'all for coming to the Kareem Green podcast.
Basically, it was.
Sharing is caring.
It really was. Hopefully, it was.
Sharing is caring.
You definitely
with my
dropped
co-host Pedal Dino.
You definitely dropped some jewels that I could take and help my life. Dave, I hope you got something from it. I would like to tell you right here.
I felt like
today,
Dave was feeling something.
Yeah.
I felt.
I would like to
seen
tell
him. He
you
was
right
like,
here today, live on the Bomb Stories podcast, man. I love you, and I want you to
heal.
Help
to heal. Yes, he wants
Kareem,
healing.
I love you, my brother. Thanks for coming through.
I love you too, Dino, man. I appreciate you as a genuine good
Check
brother,
out
man.
Kareem Green. What's your at? No, not your
At Kareem Green 21 on Facebook, and I'm the Kareem Green on YouTube.
And check him out on Flatbush Misdemeanors, coming out on Showtime.
May 23rd. This might be past it, but either way, May 23rd on Sundays on Showtime.
Sundays on Showtime.
Sundays on Showtime's around 10
Matter of
o'clock.
fact,
I believe
don't matter
it is.
what it debut, what time it come, there's the thing called streaming now. Mm-hmm. Stream.
Flatbush Misdemeanors. Just look for that.
Support my brother. That's not the first time or the last time you will see him on TV. Check his catalog. He's been doing this for a very long time. Literally one of the funniest guys in this business doing it.
Thank you, Dino, man. And also you, Dino. Dino, very funny also too, man, because we don't really, I don't always be like, but I don't know, this is just weird for me to, you know what I'm saying? I just look at people's friends and we cool, and I know you're funny, but and you are funny, but I for some reason, when it comes to my friends or whatever, I don't really talk about funny, like so fluently, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless it's in the moment, like, yo, that was funny. Like, other than that, I don't be like, this guy, I don't, you know. And not
well, listen,
really,
I mean, you saying I'm funny means a lot to me. You're definitely one of the guys that I measured myself against. Not saying I got to be as funny as Kareem. Before, I know we were ending the podcast, but I will say this: this is how funny you are to me is one of the goals I set for. So when I started doing comedy, I started being around you and started doing comedy, where I would walk into a club and I would see you on a lineup, and then maybe someone, one of the booker or the promoter didn't really know, and they put me behind you, and it was like, fuck,
I'm gonna have to work.
I gotta follow Kareem. any promoter or booker that knows they thing is you put Kareem last. To want to go. I'm just talking about if I'm booking a show, I know where to put Kareem. At the time, you don't put me after Kareem. But that being said, it was a goal to be able to follow you.
Right. But I think the thing is, I don't think I'm hard to follow. I think because that's what you
we
learn in
about
comedy,
that. We spoke about the other day. I had to learn to take that energy. You just ripped, take that energy and roll with it. That's a common
and bring it into your energy.
And that's a common. And I remember the first time, or having to follow you at these clubs and but oh shit. I just followed Kareem and I did my thing.
Yeah,
and that was a goal. It was a milestone for me.
Yeah,
not just you follow someone, but you or one of the guys specifically. Like when we did that HBO contest.
Oh yeah, you did your thing on that joint.
Thank you very much. To this day,
you did your thing on that.
Thank
joint.
you. We both
felt like we won.
Yeah,
we both felt like we should
We
have won.
both got the
female comic one, right?
Yeah, she
we
won.
both got the accolades as if we won, though.
Yeah.
I know.
I'd rather the check.
No, we didn't know there was a check involved.
I know.
We thought we were just gonna get meetings with HBO.
This is what I felt like. Where I felt like if you'd have won, I would respect, because you did a great job. You rocked that joint.
So did you.
You know what I'm saying? But the woman who did win, she did a thing, but to me, once you start adding music,
she didn't do traditional stand up.
But once you start adding music, I feel like that's a cheat code, because
I don't know if you noticed, but one of the judges came up to me afterwards and they were like, yeah, man, you killed it, but when she started dancing, it was a wrap. We couldn't. Because the women in the crowd went nuts for her. She started dancing, and the judge was like, yeah, She started dancing, bro.
To me, that's not even a joke. But either
No,
way,
it wasn't.
it's
He was
entertaining.
letting me know that.
But it was good. It was entertaining. Much love to her. God bless
yeah,
her
yeah.
and all that other stuff. There's no hate on her. I just feel like in a contest of stand up jokes, and then someone pulls out music. That's like bringing a third party on stage.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You just put steroids in your set.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know.
But my point bringing that up was when I saw I was in the finals, you know, I'm like, and I saw the 4 of us in the finals, like, it was, those other 2 comedians didn't exist. It was, fuck. Kareem.
He's like, this is what I got.
This is my competition.
This is my you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you went up and ripped.
Thank you, bro.
And
I had a tough spot, too. I had
you
that
went
first
first.
spot.
And then the dude who followed us, he has a bomb story to tell.
I forgot who it was.
It goes back to me saying, like, it wasn't a bomb. It was like, this is a time when you got to show up and hit it out the park.
Yeah,
and he came up and just didn't.
No, I think he tanked. He bombed. He
That's
fully
what I'm saying.
bombed.
No, but that crowd
I mean,
it was no booze. It was just like, he was not doing well. You're on stage watching him, like, okay, fuck. So now what happened was he went after you, and I'm like, damn. I
forgot who he even was.
Yeah,
I mean, tell me when the cameras cut off.
It's whatever. He didn't do well. And so I'm like, that put me in a spot where, like, damn, I hope the crowd's not done or they taking out. And on top of that, I'm following your rip, following his bomb. And then I went up there and it was a proud
Mixed
moment.
emotions.
You know, and to hear it from you saying I did well, it was
No, you
dope.
did really good.
Thank you.
All right, the girl who won, and I believe she won, but at the same time, dude, she deserved to win at the same time too. Because I feel like I do believe in God, like the universe, and I feel like she needed that. She needed that, whatever. Plus, she had some other shit that was going on with her, and I was like, she needed that.
I don't know anything. I know nothing about
Sometimes
her.
you need a win.
I just remember being backstage and thinking, like, okay, it's between me and Kareem. The other kid bombed, and I didn't know her. And then I just remember being in the back and just hearing roars. Being like, oh, there's a third person in this contest now.
No, she shut the shit down.
She shut that shit down. Shout out to her.
To me, audience wise, she did better than me. She did that's
yeah,
what you
she won.
I'm talking, but to me, it was music though. So I mean, with the jokes, it wasn't that, but with the music, and that's why I was saying when somebody puts music on, it's just like it's kind of like a cheat code because it's nostalgic, it's rhythmic. It's another.
You didn't create it.
Something.
It's not.
And it was literally
You just-
the black comedy, and it was an older black crowd. It
was like,
and she strategically she did the right thing. She just hit.
Oh, she killed it.
She hit that note that with the crowd, not the note singing, but like she
hit that vein, baby.
Yeah,
she hit the right vein.
And she did like some Michael Jackson shit.
She killed it.
It was just like
it was a standing ovation. She killed it.
Yeah.
She killed it.
It's like when a big person does like a cartwheel. It's like
it's
that being said, after that, and I know this happened to you too, so I went up to my room kind of sad, like fuck, I thought I had that, and then I came back down into like the after party thing, and people were like, "Yo, here's my card. Yo, here's my card. Yo,
yeah.
You know, I was like, "Oh."
I actually did another gig after that. Somebody was like, "Yo, we want you to da 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 da."
Yeah, and then
I did like a show for Black Enterprise.
There you go. A lady from HBO was like,
"Oh yeah, you got your HBO look,
I got
right?
my
So see, that's the funny thing.
I ended up getting a meeting with HBO, which was the prize.
I know, but that's the funny thing, though. That's the funny thing.
BET. I had a meeting with BET.
But that's the trick, though. So I didn't get all that shit. But I got a good little $1,000.
I got some
show.
meetings. I got NBC hit me.
But I got what I got, and I was happy about what I got. I mean, I wanted to win, but I've learned
those relationships you still have.
No, but I've learned there's other stuff that you gain instead. Like you may be going for one thing, but another thing will show up that's valuable for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to go into a competition and lose the competition. I'm going home and not stick around.
Yeah,
and
I almost didn't come back.
You gotta
down.
always stick around and what do you call it? Network. You know what I'm saying? Because even though it's just like after you do a show, sometimes you think you did all right, and then you try to sell some shirts or sell some product, or you don't think you did that well. You try to sell something and you sell it out. You're like, oh, they did like me. They did. They were like, oh no, you was great. Who knows what's going on?
That is weird as hell. That literally has happened to me. It happens a lot, but it happened to me literally last time I was at the gig that I threw you the alley-oop too. I was up there at the casino, and I had, to me, what was not a good set up there. And I'm walking through the casino, not feeling the best. You know what I mean? I'm up there by myself. I just bombed what I thought. And, yo, this couple, I just hear someone yelling my name, my whole name, Dino Vigo. And it was this couple. And they remembered my name and called me to stop me, like, hey, what's your social media? They related to me. They were like, she's Russian and she's Jew, and then I'm Puerto Rican, and like they were just like, man, you're the best, and like I was just like, you got that from that? You know what I mean? It just was like, yeah, you touch people,
Yeah,
even when you don't know you did.
Yeah, because we're looking for a certain thing, and you know,
we get to the point where that is.
That's the only thing we're looking for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But there's so much other things around it that you get.
They could have been sitting there not laughing, but because they were like, man, that's us. That's my life. That's our kid.
Yeah.
You know, that's my
But see, that's the funny thing is,
mind you, they had masks on. I didn't even know if they were laughing or not.
Remember the stuff that we was talking about? I was talking about earlier about the spiritual, whatever. It's like when you get those different jewels of understanding, it's not always about the thing.
Yeah.
And that's why they say it's the journey, not the destination. So when you talk about something you've achieved, you don't just be like, yeah, got this phone. You're like, yeah, so I went down there. And then I went to this phone, they're like, nah, not this phone. And he's like, no, I got a discount for this phone. It's that journey that led you to this phone that makes it exciting.
Nice phone.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. So that's the thing. Like, so you know what I'm saying? That journey we went on, we thought we lost. We felt like we won. I mean, we felt like we won even when we lost. But at the same time,
but we won.
We made all these other. Oh yes, but we did win in other ways. Yeah. But we didn't at first because we only knew that one.
We could only see that thing.
That one thing.
We didn't see. Oh, HBO's about to call me. You know, this lady.
They called you. Oh, I thought you ended up getting a card or something.
Yeah, well, the lady came up to me and was you need to email me tomorrow.
Yeah, boom.
You know what I mean?
Boom.
And then I'm sitting with my boy. So this is weird. So my boy he's sitting with the BT exec. And I walk past. She doesn't know he's my boy. She's like, she goes, that dude's a star.
Wow.
And then my boy told me what she said. I was like, wow. She ended up reaching out to me.
That's your boy who moved that we knew. We both know him. He been to L.A.
He's a writer.
He's an actor?
No, he's not an actor.
He wasn't on the panel with everybody?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. No, he's just a random guy I knew. He knew her.
Right.
And from the industry. He was a writer, and they knew each other. And he just told me, like, yeah, he told me what she said. I was like, wow. And then I went to L.A. I had a meeting with the head of BET. I'm sitting here right now. But it's just, but I still know her. Now she's the head of a production company. I still have a relationship with her. The HBO lady, I still have a relationship with her. Like she got me a meeting with the head of comedy at HBO. He is now the head of. He was on the panel. One of the judges. I fucking called him out too, like one of my jokes.
Yeah.
And he is. Last time I checked, maybe this was 6 months ago. He's the head of Amazon Entertainment. You know, and so like, okay, I might be like, damn, he's not a HBO no more. Thinking that relationship is dead, but
he's still.
I walk into Amazon.
He's still in the game.
I just happen to see like I'm like, that's the guy I met with an HBO. Right. Now he's at Amazon. So, you know, when I have something and I end up maybe hopefully getting a meeting with him, he's like, oh, you Dino, I remember you. You know, so it's like it's just those things. One thing leads to another, to another, to another, to another. When we thought we lost, we won.
Yes.
The end.
Woo!